Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. The Blue Jackets extended their point streak to 10 Tuesday with a 5-1 win over the Hurricanes. 5 different Jackets scored a goal, including Matthew Olivier, who spoke after the win.
It was a good measuring stick for our group after the success we've had recently and the way we've been playing for the last 2 months. You know, they're the best team at that style of play, and they've proven it year after year. And for our group to come out and have that kind of game and take the pressure to them and really just pull basically a perfect game at home, it's a good step forward for our group.
CBJ a point out of the second wild card spot. NBA Cavs topped the Bucks 123-116 Tuesday. NCAA first four tonight. Prairie View A&M and Lehigh meet at 6:40. Then Miami, Ohio and SMU at 9:15. This update sponsored by High Bank Distillery Co. Locally inspired dishes and award-winning cocktails. Visit highbankco.com to make your reservation. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, here we go. Welcome back, Rothman and Ice. My man Scotty Vegas in for the Iceman today. We got him a phone book to sit on or a booster chair.
I like it.
He's at the kids' table. He's in the high chair. And TLC's behind the glass. Looking all shampooed and scrubbed up, ready to go for today. We got a nice show. Good to have you.
Yeah, good to be here. And doesn't it feel a little bit like Christmas Eve, right? Like we have all this exciting stuff happening, and tomorrow at noon, I mean, we're literally 24 hours now away from Ohio State finally playing in another NCAA tournament.
It is big, and I know that a lot of people, this could go away in a heartbeat, right? If they lose on Thursday, then all of a sudden it's, you know, the week of hype. It's a gut punch, but I do think it was a step forward for the program. You had to break the seal on this thing. You had to get in. And the other thing is, I don't think anybody was really truly expecting this to be some sort of Sweet 16 Elite 8 team. I think maybe in the beginning of the year, we envisioned something like he did. When you have a core of Bruce and Junie and Devin, and then he went in to get specific transfers and try to fit those pieces in, you thought, okay, I for sure said tournament is minimum. And the fact that they had to fight their way in, I don't know if I'm giving them too much credit. It's the old theory of, and I talked about this with Joshua yesterday. So I don't want to contradict myself, because some people say, like, when a player plays poorly, like a quarterback, and then he rescues the game himself, how much credit does he really deserve if he's the one that dug the hole? Well, nobody plays great every second of every game. It's like saying to a golfer that he birdied the last 4 holes to make the cut, but he's the same one that made the triple early, so how big was it? No, it was big. Nobody plays great all the time. So my point in all that is to say that I do want to give Ohio State credit for playing their way in, even though before the season, I thought this was the bare minimum. They're an 8 seed. What did you think of them before the season? Were they supposed to be better than an 8?
Yeah, I was kind of with you on this is tournament or bust, right? Where it feels like if you make the tournament, then it's a successful season, and if you don't, then it's an epic failure, right? And now that you're in, you kind of are staring at that bracket, and you're like, well, pretty good chance that they can beat TCU, but better than 50% chance. And then you're like, oh, gosh. Then you have the shot to shock everyone and be the story of the first weekend if you get an opportunity to play Duke. So, yeah, you're right. At the start of the season, it was about, okay, just find your way in the tournament because you've missed the last several. But now that you're in, you're starting to get that itch of, okay, now they can make a little bit of a run, especially with how they've been playing the last month.
There's no way we can forecast what's going to happen. I believe they'll win. I think that they've got enough there, but nobody knows because I think they're playing with a lot of confidence. I think this is the team they thought they'd have. Now that Noel's back, they've got some better front court help. They've got Tilly's kind of coming into his own a little bit. Not that you ever think he's going to be like the hero like he was in that Iowa game, but I need him to be consistent. I need him to be a factor, and he has been a factor. And so then it comes down to putting the ball in the hole. If Junie shoots well, if Bynum's a guy that when we went to camp and you were there with us in the summertime, that you thought, okay, he's going to become a household name. Now he's done it late. He's just such a physical force. But I'm with you on if they get past this game, I said it earlier in the week, Scotty, this is great news and it's horrible news. It's great news that there's zero pressure, like none. The pressure's completely off if they win. The whole world, 95% of these brackets will have Duke beating them. So now they would go into that game with just a puncher's chance to beat anyone. Like they're not a Cinderella But I do believe that against Duke, people would view them as a Cinderella in a way. They're a big brand because they're Ohio State, but they're not a big brand basketball-wise. So they're kind of in the middle of this gray area of that people around here expect more of them. But nationwide, no one's going to have them beating Duke. Not many. Some will, but not many. So I think it's actually getting past this game is perfect. The bad part is they're probably not going to beat Duke. And if they don't, then where are we with this season? And you and I can develop that later in the show.
Well, and talking about it is no pressure. Think back to the college football playoffs. So Miami, it looked like Miami was not going to get in for the longest time, right? They end up getting in. And then once you get in, they had to beat Texas A&M. They gained a little momentum. And then they had their shot against Ohio State. Right. And so that's what we want on the basketball side. All right. So you found your way into the big dance, just like Miami found their way into the college football playoff. They got through that first game by beating Texas A&M. Now Ohio State has to get through that first game by beating TCU. But then that gives you the opportunity to pull off the miracle. Right. And that's what you want. Because I do think, despite the fact that the goal was just to make the tournament, I do think there would be a little bit of a letdown if you were to lose tomorrow afternoon. I know that the goal was just make the tournament, but if you lose the very first game of the first day, that's painful. In fact, I remember back years ago when Ohio State lost to Dayton. It was like the first game of the day, and it was first round, and it's like it kind of was a weekend ruiner, right? You're all excited for the tournament and ready to go, and Ohio State loses the first game, and it's like, oh, crap, this was all this excitement, and then it's over that quickly. So you got to avoid that letdown, especially with it being the first game of the day.
Yeah, so there's certainly that gut punch that would be if they lost this game, and I'm not going to fast forward my mind there, but we will certainly attack it in the way that they have a really good chance to advance. They're a small favorite in that game. Las Vegas has them as about a 60% chance of winning that game, and so they get it started nicely. All I'll say is, there aren't as many question marks going into this game as we had a couple of weeks ago. They're just, Tilly would show up and he's in a boot, and Royal's sick and won't play. And now and it was all about, will Bruce get the record? And that's all this season's going to be about. Now that's not the narrative anymore. The narrative is that you got a coach that somehow found his way to Band-Aid this thing together and keep his guys as motivated as possible. They never gave up on the year. And actually, when they beat Purdue, and I was there, and it was, they got down early. They were down 7. And you thought, okay, if this goes south on them, I don't think there's any coming back, because we thought they needed a signature win, and they got it. And then when they got it, it's almost like it allowed them to feel like they're really good. Even though you look at their schedule, they didn't have any real bad losses. The Washington game, the Pitt game.
Pitt was a bad loss.
But they were both in the first half of the season. Like, they haven't had any real bad L's. They've had a lot of moral victories, but they haven't really had a lot of bad L's. And so it made me feel like they were always going to fight for him. I think that's a decent sign. So here we are, and it's a kind of a coin flip game, and I'm pretty excited about it, and I think everybody should be, because we always debated whether this would be enough. Would getting in be enough? We'll find out, because if they lose, then we'll be able to have that conversation on whether whether the program took a step forward, whether this was enough momentum, or the momentum water gets thrown on this thing and it's over in a heartbeat. But I think that this season was about, with that core coming back, you could not miss out on this.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think part of the deal with this season was they just couldn't get any momentum, because you look at the schedule, be win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, until we got to that final couple weeks, and then you saw them run off 3 wins in a row. The one thing that's crazy about these 3 days to me is it is like a stressful 3 days, because you have so many different NCAA tournament contests and brackets and things like that you want to get into. It's like you only have 3 days to get all of this done. So how many brackets can you fill out? How many different things can you get into? I have a little contest and a little thing for you and Cole. And what we're going to do is we're going to play a little NCAA tournament contest bingo. Okay? Because there's so many ways that you can bet the tournament.
Wingo?
Trey Wingo. And so, guys, here's what we're going to do. These are different ways that you can get into the tournament, into, little money contests or whatever you want to do. 1 point if you've ever done the contest, 2 points if you are actually doing the contest this year. You can play at home. You can play in the office if you're watching us on YouTube, or, of course, in your car. Maybe you do your fingers, count on your fingers, but make sure you're driving with your knees. All right, here we go. Bracket contest, your typical old school bracket contest. Are you guys in on still doing the old school, filling out the paper bracket?
By the way, real fast, I was looking for my one shining moment theme to kind of play under
that'd be
this,
nice.
because I have the only voice that's ever counted in that, and that's Teddy Pendergrass, and the gravelly voice of Teddy Ballgame, and I would need TLC to find that for me. But either way.
Oh, yeah.
This is like the original,
This
or is
is
this
one shining moment.
my Teddy?
I just typed in one shining moment. This is what we got.
Yeah, this is at the end
wonder
of the
if
tournament.
Well, yes, that's when one shining moment
I
usually
hear
goes.
chanting going on.
Yeah.
All right.
Who invented that? Was it David Barrett? Was that his name or something?
Jason Barrett?
No.
Who hated me?
Hated you. I didn't know that.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just I tanked our ratings. That was all that meant.
Old school bracket contest. You guys
Thank you for getting that.
in for it this year, or you out? Filling out an actual 64-way bracket here.
On paper.
On
a hard
paper.
copy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll fill out a hard copy. I like to
Cole?
go red Sharpie, black
I'm
Sharpie.
a bad American. No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, he's out. But
He's
you've
out.
done it before.
Of course.
All right.
I'll get one.
But
1
he
point.
is willing to learn.
Survivor pool. This is where, of course, you pick a team. If they survive the day, you move on. If they lose, then you're out. You ever do it before?
I've done it before. In fact, I've done it with you where we had to pick 2 each round, and it was a massive money thing done out of New York, which we believe the founders are now behind bars.
Yep, that's true.
So I have done that.
I have not, but I know people who have, but I get 0 for this round.
But you are willing to learn.
I'm willing to learn.
Yeah.
All right,
Never
player
convicted.
pool. This is just like your old school fantasy. You're drafting NCAA tournament players based on how many points they score in the tournament. That's how much you owe.
To my knowledge, I do not know a single person who has ever done this.
You have 2 people in this room that have.
Well, I know 2.
And I will tell you this, one year I went with the Twin Towers of Kentucky thinking I was going to get 6 games. So I went with Karl Anthony Towns and Willie Cauley-Stein.
That's right.
So I went with
You
the
got 5 games.
I went with the all hyphenated team, but thinking that I would just have a high floor. That failed me.
I think I won that year with Carson Edwards.
Okay.
All right, so 2 points for you on that. Squares game. You guys ever do the square? So
Not
you
for
get,
basketball.
You get numbers. Every tournament game, how it ends determines if you win.
Not outside of the Super Bowl. Never.
Cole, you do not bet enough.
I
But I don't know.
I
Squares
did in
for,
college.
Squares for basketball, I never have done that.
Oh, it's a big thing. There's a little pool upstairs in the second floor here. Second chance Sweet 16 bracket. So
Yes.
once your bracket is ruined, you get to the Sweet 16.
Did that at Channel 6 all the time.
No, I'm significantly against that.
Yeah.
You get one bracket, that's it.
All right, and then the last one, your seed draft, where you draft
Yes.
one team that's a 1 seed, one team that's a 2 seed, one seed that's a 3 seed, on, and that determines how many points you get.
I don't think I've done that. I've done when you do a bracket that if you pick a 12 over a 5 and it happens, you get the additional 7 points. You get the seed spread.
Okay.
Meaning if you pick the 12 over a 5, that you get points for that round for that team advancing. Like if High Point beat Wisconsin, I would get the points for getting to the second round, and I would get an additional 7 because that was their seed spread.
I'm not very exotic, apparently. It's all missionary over here.
All right, you're out of the contest.
All right, yeah. Anthony, you win.
Yes,
I got to tell you,
don't really
I'm doing
win.
them all this year, and that's why the 3 days, not enough between Selection Sunday and the first round.
All right, we got a lot to do today. We'll set the menu for you when we come back. You'll want to know that, all the dignitaries that will be on the show today. And then Max Crosby did provide his side of the Knicks trade. You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The open season Sportsman's Expo hits this Friday through Sunday at the Ohio Expo Center. See Twiggy the water skiing squirrel. Shop hundreds of exhibitors and much more with Toyota, the official truck, and Tacticam, the official cell camera. Get discounted tickets now at openseasonsportsmansexpo.com.
Want to start testosterone therapy? Don't settle for one one-size-fits-all doses from your doctor or pay hundreds out of pocket at a TRT franchise. At Low T Center, you can get insurance-covered TRT customized to your body for maximum effectiveness and safety. Low T Center continues to lead the industry in TRT. And this month, enjoy a free men's T test and discounted peptides while supplies last. Head to lowtcenter.com and sign up for your free test today. That's lowtcenter.com.
Matty Ice here, ready to run toward incredible savings. Get set for the 37th Annual Marathon Mania at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, March 20th and the 21st only. Select new and used vehicles are priced at invoice, but that's not all. Every hour they slash prices even more, taking an additional $50 off. They're also staying open later and giving you more time to score the deal of a lifetime. And don't miss offers like $12,000 off MSRP on the 26 Silverado 1500 for qualified buyers. McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
There's an old story about cat toys that's been retold for over 20 years because it perfectly explains who we are. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Years ago, a couple who shared their house with 3 cats had another company out to look at their furnace. After working on it, the technician said it was dangerous and had to be replaced. The couple called Care for a second opinion, and my dad Mike went out to help them. When he inspected the furnace, the cause of the problem became obvious. A cat toy had been stuffed into the heat exchanger. With the toy removed, the furnace ran perfectly. Now, how did the toy get there? You can decide for yourself, but here's what mattered then and still matters now. The first company paid commissions to their service techs to sell new furnaces. At Care, we pay our technicians to fix furnaces, not sell you a new one. And if a new furnace is needed, our team of replacement specialists will advise you on all options available and help you make your best choice. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
I started my first business when I was 12, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and customers care that you show up and do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts and springs guaranteed to last a lifetime. When you care about the people you serve, you work harder and it shows. Call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Ohio Credit Union Business Banking is there whether you need a loan to grow your operations or cash flow solutions to keep things moving forward. Real talk about what matters to your business. Visit telohio.org/business.
Certain restrictions apply. Telhio is open to all in Central and Southwestern Ohio. Federally insured by NCAA.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news. We're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Springtime is here, and you know what that means? It's time for mulch madness. Did you know that too much mulch is bad for trees and shrubs? 2 inches of mulch is plenty. Any more and you risk causing roots to grow up and around trunks, which increases unhealthy stress, shortens tree life, and even keeps moisture from getting down to tree roots. To find out more about mulch madness or to find a certified arborist near you, visit treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Slight chance of snow showers this afternoon, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the 40s, but with gusty winds, it'll feel colder than that. Mostly cloudy skies tonight with lows in the 30s, and then for Thursday, chances of rain showers in the afternoon, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the mid to low 50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Their live golf team name is Ice Dogs. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, unbelievable night last night with the Jackets. Blood all over the ice. That's as good of a game as I've seen. Honestly, there was nothing they couldn't do.
Yeah,
it's
disappointing end, though.
Well, that's the baseball game you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Jackets. There was no disappointing end of that.
Correct.
Unless you were pulling for a shutout. But as far as the Jackets, so Z's going to come on at 1 o'clock today for Hockey and Hounds, which is awesome. And they'll play the Rangers at home on Thursday. Rangers are going to be coming off a back-to-back. And the fact that they are 17-2-4 in the last 23 games is remarkable. And they're still right there. Like, when Lars came into the studio that day, he said, okay, now great, now you got to do it again. And that's what they have been doing. But guys, sticks to the face, double minors, blood everywhere, fights. It was incredible. This has been one of the most fun runs I can remember as far as just trying to get in. And they're doing that. And there's no guarantee they are going to get in, but it feels like this is a team you would not pick against. Last night with the baseball, they were left for dead until Bryce Harper took it out. And I don't know how you feel about momentum in baseball. It feels like that there was nothing that was going to stop Team USA from winning that game. And then it was a walk that leads to a stolen base. And Reds fans have to struggle with that it was Eugenio Suarez. They got the game-winning hit. But this is the one thing I didn't like about it, is that I watched baseball in March, and I was more jacked about it than I've been watching baseball, any regular season game, anything. This was as cool as it gets. But here's my analogy for you, Scotty. When Mark DeRosa was asked about, pitching changes and things like that, he couldn't do it because he wanted to make sure that he didn't ruin a guy before spring training. That the Padres were like, hey, you can't, unless it's a sealing up a victory or this or that, we don't need a guy just eating innings. And I thought to myself, what an absolute joke that is, to have a tournament like this, as good as it was, that the players can't be all in because they're distracted by the fact that spring training's here and the season's going to start in 8 days, and that they can't be in that situation. And for a manager to be able to say that I'd honor the Padres and not go all in on this game, it made me feel like, I know it's not the Olympics, but it's kind of, my analogy would be as if a guy played too many minutes for Team USA and he couldn't be available to Mike Sullivan in the third period or in overtime against Canada because he had exhausted his minutes or something. And I had such a weird feeling about that last night. And it was taking nothing away from Venezuela. It was a great baseball game. Yeah. Was I rooting for Team USA? Of course. But the fact that they won it the way they won it, and then for DeRosa to have to explain why he had this guy pitching and not this guy in a key moment because he had to honor the Padres, it made me feel like, well, then why is this now?
You're right. That part of it sucks. That part of it made it feel like it was an all-star game, right? Where you have to, you have to limit minutes and you have to change things. So that part was frustrating. But I love, because generally we have that lull after the Super Bowl is over, right? And sports gets a little bit slowed down a little bit, and it's a little bit harder to pay attention. But if you think about it, like since the Super Bowl, the sports have been absolutely incredible with the Olympic hockey that we got, with the Blue Jackets run that they're on right now, with Ohio State in the last month, how well they're playing, and then you throw in World Baseball Classic. Like, the fact is, like, generally at this time of year before the tournament starts, you don't feel like you need 2 and 3 TVs. But last night was one of those nights where it's like, you need 3 TVs because you had the play-in games, which it ended up being a really good play-in game last night, too, for the NCAA tournament. You had the Blue Jackets. You had the World Baseball Classic. It's been an incredible run even since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, if you stayed up late enough last night, you got them both. You got the Blue Jackets, and then you could turn over to baseball. It was a low-scoring game anyway, and Team USA was down. You were able to see the drama with Harper after the Jackets ended. That actually worked out pretty well for me. We're going to have Adam Schefter on at 12:30, and we'll ask him a little more about Max Crosby. So Max Crosby has spoken out about this failed trade to the Ravens for the first time. And I don't know if what I really want to hear from him, and I didn't hear the whole podcast. TLC is going to play us a soundbite from it. What I really want to hear from him, and I don't know if he's commented on this, is the physical. They say you failed a physical. What do you say? I don't think we've heard that. So let's hear from Max Crosby. This was on the Rush podcast, who, by the way, jetted off to Baltimore with his wife and their young daughter and his agent before undergoing the physical, the unsuccessful physical, and he's kind of broken his silence on the collapse of this trade.
Like, before I left, I wanted to see the head coach just chop it up, talk football, talk ball. Like, he's a defensive guy, never met him before like that, so I wanted to chop it up. So I didn't get to meet with him till the end of the day. I didn't get to see the GM at all. I thought I was going to see him when I first got there. I didn't see him for 5 hours.
So he didn't come out the whole time you're testing or doing your physical. Everyone's talking about
Never.
The GM never came once out to see you.
And I don't know why. I'm not going to speculate. I didn't see him one time. I even asked the girl. I was like, "Where's Eric at?" Like, I want to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just made the trade. Like, I didn't see him for 5 hours. So I go and do my thing. At the end, they're like, "Yeah, I'll take you up." Joe was like, "I'll take you up and you go see the head coach, whatever, just before you leave." I was like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "That's what I want to say what's up to him." So I went back up. I dap him up, and you could just tell like the energy was a little bit off. And the GM was standing in like the hall, like in the room next to me to the right. And that was the first time I seen him. And, I'm just in my head, like, this is a whirlwind. Like, I'm so excited, like, fired up. You know what I mean? Like, this is a new opportunity, whatever. And you could just tell the energy was off. Like, I dapped him up. He had, like, a blank face. And I'm like, okay. I'm not thinking anything of it. Maybe he's just different. I don't know. I don't know him, whatever. I go into the room. They sit me down on the couch. And he's like, "Man, I don't know how to say this, but one of our doctors has concerns with the results and whatever. And, like, with your knee, like, some of them have, are concerned about the future and da-da-da-da-da. And, we really want you, and this is what it is, but, we're just going to have to get more and more opinions."
Okay. So the natural follow-up is, you tell us, what did the doctors tell you? You had surgery on a meniscus. It's not anything that should be that serious. So the question to Max Crosby is this: do you feel the Ravens got cold feet on the price tag for you? Or are they being honest to their honesty, that they are worried about you being the player that they're trading for the next 5 years?
I think it's a little bit of both, right? They're worried about the future, but then they also saw a better path, right? So I think it's a little bit of both of those.
With Trey.
Mm-hmm.
We'll ask Schefter in 2 minutes whether there's... We talked to him about this, but I think that's what I want to hear. And I think Schefter told us last week that this is more about that they just, in their own subjectiveness, did not like the results of the physical. I'd love to hear from Max on where he thinks he is physically. I know he's probably not going to question his own future based on that would be killing himself publicly. But we'll see if Schefter's uncovered any more of this. And are the Steelers ready to go forward with one of their quarterbacks or look elsewhere? We'll talk to him in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
It's never a bad time to fire up the grill. At Billiards Plus, the grilling season never ends. While you're grill shopping, you'll love browsing Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Matty Ice here, ready to run toward incredible savings. Get set for the 37th annual Marathon Mania at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, March 20th and the 21st only. Select new and used vehicles are priced at invoice, but that's not all. Every hour they slash prices even more, taking an additional $50 off. They're also staying open later and giving you more time to score the deal of a lifetime. And don't miss offers like $12,000 off MSRP on the 26 Silverado 1500 for qualified buyers. McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
It's a new month and a new reason to visit Germain Honda of Dublin. Right now, take advantage of great low rates on select certified pre-owned models all month long. You'll get the reliability you trust, the value you want, and payments that make sense. And the wait is over. The all-new Honda Prelude has arrived with precision suspension and responsive hybrid performance. Great rates, awesome vehicles. Only at Germain Honda of Dublin. They're on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, or online at germainhondaofdublin.com.
The nightmare of the cleared drain. Those drain clearing specials from the other guys seem like a great deal until you realize the only thing really going down your drain is your money. At the Waterworks, we mean clean. Our service doesn't just clear your drains, it cleans them too. It's done right the first time, so that nightmare of a drain becomes a dream come true. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call 614-232-2222 to get started.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward here. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so I'd like to thank Berm for seeing me lose 50 pounds with Awaken 180 and deciding to copy off my paper. It's no secret. The program works. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
NFL Playbook with ESPN's Adam Schefter.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
All right, TLC will be efforting our boy Schefter here in moments, as we'll get his final breakdown of the Max Crosby thing, and it sounds like they're not going to be able to retrade him to somebody. Now they'd be trading at such a disadvantage. Sounds like he wants to be there now, that this was like cosmic. This was supposed to be what happened, and he's leaning into that he's where he was supposed to be. I just didn't think the Raiders could afford this situation now after they went out and spent all that money on all these players, and he was supposed to be off the books, and this seems really odd.
The situation to me sounds like, Anthony, there was a guy going around door to door and wanted to look at my roof, replace the roof. And he comes up and he's like, I'm going to give you a free estimate. And I'm like, oh, sure, why not? You're here? Go ahead, take a peek.
Climb up there.
He did,
Fall
and he's like, yeah,
roof.
you are going to need a new roof, sir. And I'm like, okay, well, thanks. And he gives me the estimate, and then he expects me to 100% go with him on the work. And I'm like, well, I'm going to shop around. This is a pretty big purchase, right? And so he thinks that he's got me all locked in and ready to go. And I'm like, I'm getting a little cold feet. I don't want to spend this money. I want to look elsewhere. And I think that's a little bit what the Baltimore Ravens did. They looked elsewhere. They got a better deal. They figured out a better future. And I think that's what happened.
They can't not be worried about the knee, but where you would crush them a little bit is that they did the trade knowing he had the surgery. Now, all these have the disclaimer pending a physical. Even the Jalen Waddle trade yesterday. Like I almost said on the air, pending a physical, he'll be a Denver Bronco. It rarely reverses, right? Not too many times where a guy's going to fail a physical.
Yeah, but they always say it, right? Pending physical. We always see that every time.
They flagged his physical. It's clearly that's a decision. Now, he probably disagreed with it. He's one of the best pass rushers in football. Everybody knows that. And it would have given them one of the great legitimate edge rushers. As you mentioned, they pivoted to sign Trey Hendrickson. And now, I guess they'll find out pretty soon whether they made a mistake or not. We'll see how both players play this year. But, I mean, for the Ravens side of things, I thought it was understandable. They were trading 2 first-rounders. In fact, before I even knew he failed a physical, I looked at Maddie and said, boy, that's a risky. There's some risk to it. But they were getting a phenomenal player. Good to go? All right, our man Adam Schefter is with us now on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. All right, my man, great to have you. I wanted to ask you about, you heard the Max Crosby comments about the reversal now, and now he's kind of leaning into, well, what was supposed to happen was going to happen, and now he's where he is. Is that the Raiders side of it as well? That this is probably a foregone conclusion? He'll be a Raider now?
Foregone conclusion, no, but I think that's the most likely outcome, yes. Look, in this league, you never know for sure, but, the Raiders are adamant about getting 2 ones for Max Crosby. It's hard to imagine that somebody's going to trade 2 ones before this draft when he's not fully healthy for Max Crosby at this time. It's hard to imagine that somebody would be willing to give up 2 ones after that, as great as he's been, when there have to be some concerns about his knee. And so because of that, are the Raiders willing to sell Max Crosby on 80 cents on the dollar? I don't think so. And he's already professing himself. He was the one that wanted out of there. It wasn't like they were looking to deal with him unless they had a great package, which came along. And so between all that, yeah, I think the most likely outcome by far is him with the Raiders. Foregone conclusion, I'll never say that in this week.
Yeah, well, now they don't have their additional 2 first-round picks, which would have helped them in their rebuild. And they went out and spent a lot of money, so they don't really have a roster that can truly contend yet. So I would add, what's that?
Maybe. Let's see how Mendoza is. If Mendoza lights it up, I mean, they can be much better than people think, but it's going to be contingent upon how well he plays and how quickly he plays well.
Now, Adam, the big news around here this week was Justin Fields and going to the Chiefs. Feels like everyone in Columbus here still wants to believe in Justin as an NFL quarterback. Where are we on expectations of when Patrick Mahomes might be fully recovered from the injury from December? And could we see Fields start for maybe a month or two?
Well, I think Mahomes is going to be pushing to play on opening day. And I still think when push comes to shove, something tells me with the competitor that he is, that he'll be out there opening day. Now, is that a given? No. It's March, and there's a lot of time between now and then. But I would say that he's going to be pushing for that. If I had to, guess on when he's back, I would guess he's back for opening day. Now they're going to be careful. They're not going to rush it. But you can imagine Mahomes, he's going to be pushing for that day. So let's just say, for argument's sake, he is ready. He is ready for opening day. Well, then Justin Fields gets all the reps in the offseason. He gets all the reps in training camp as the one. So there's benefit there. And if Mahomes isn't ready, then, of course, he'll get added reps at the start of the season.
All right, we always ask you about the Steelers, and they're still waiting on Rodgers, I guess, to make a decision about his future, because you've told us that they probably would like him to come back. If he's 42, come back for another season. Where do they pivot to if he doesn't go to Pittsburgh? Do they go out and see to try to replace him with Kirk Cousins, or do they go back to Will Howard, or go back to one of the guys they have?
Or both, right? Like you believe that you might have something in Will Howard. They really like him, and they're optimistic on him. So that's certainly an option. I think they would go out and complement that with a player like Kirk Cousins. And between Kirk Cousins and Will Howard and Mason Rudolph, I think that they would feel like they have what they need at that position if Rodgers doesn't come back. I think Rodgers coming back is option one, obviously. But we don't know if he's going to do that. I think most people believe he will, but he hasn't yet. And until he does, you don't know.
You think Cousins would be willing to kind of wait around to see if Pittsburgh's job is open?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, he's made so much money. He's not in any rush. He wants to pick. He wants certainty. Like, he's already picked a situation that got muddled when the team used a first-round draft pick on a quarterback.
Right.
He's going to wait till he's got clarity at a place, and he knows that he's both needed and wanted.
I think Steelers fans right now feel like they've had a pretty good offseason so far. What other fan bases do you think, Adam, should be happy with what the offseason has been for them so far? And then kind of rank for me, maybe power rank the top 2 or 3 moves of the offseason so far.
Well, I don't like to do that because somebody may have hit on a player that we don't know. Like Sam Darnold, you wouldn't have ranked the Seahawks at the top of the list, and all he did was lead them to the Super Bowl title last year. And we're a week into the offseason, essentially, and there's a whole 5-6 weeks to go before the draft, and then there's the draft, and then there's so much to go. But and by the way, like, you would expect the Raiders and the Titans, with all the money they have, to go out and add all these players. So, of course, you look at the players they add, and you're like, well, this looks great, in Tennessee. This looks great in Vegas because they had so much money to spend. But who knows how these players are going to work out? And free agency is never a guarantee of anything. So, I don't know. I'm always leery about ranking teams off of signing a high-priced free agent. I don't really feel like that's warranted.
I think just on paper, though, I think you could say the Vikings getting Kyler Murray for the price tag they got him for is fine. I heard Tanner.
No, I like that. Yeah, by the way, like, you want to just point those at that's fair, definitely. Like, Kyler Murray, veteran minimum. Tua Tagovailoa, veteran minimum. Geno Smith in New York, it's costing the Jets $3 million. Like, you're getting guys who have started in this league, guys who have produced in this league for bottom basement prices. Like, that's a value, and we'll see how they play, and we'll see how they work out. That's still to be determined, but I don't know how you could go wrong with those quarterbacks.
Yeah. The other one that was, this may have surprised you, and maybe it didn't. I think Miami Dolphins have been having a liquidation sale for a while, but I think what maybe surprised me a little bit is that they went out and signed Malik Willis. So you roll the dice there because he's short sample, and you give him a 3-year deal, and I think it's I like the money. The money wasn't overly crazy. But then they go ahead and trade Jalen Waddle to try to rebuild more. So they don't give Willis Waddle. But I guess Willis is young enough where they can still rebuild. They've got years to work with him because he's not a middle-aged quarterback. How did you feel about that trade?
Listen, if I'm the Miami Dolphins, I'm open for business on anybody. They're starting from the bottom up. They're in the division with Josh Allen and Drake May. I know that they have gotten calls on Devon Achane, and they've told teams they're not trading him. But to me, like, if someone offered me enough for Devon Achane, I'd trade him too. So why not? Like, you're starting from the ground up. You got to count all this money. They're in cap hell right now. They've got $175 million in dead cap money. So, I would trade anybody.
You still in the same camp of last week when I asked you about the Crosby deal, that it take it at face value that the Ravens their doctor just informed them of something where they didn't feel confident this would be a long-term thing. The Crosby would be a tough thing to trust over the years.
I think that's it. I mean, I know people are saying the Ravens got cold feet. They're right. They did get cold feet, just like anybody buying a house who went in, who got it inspected. We talked about that last week. If the inspector said, boy, hole in the roof, leaky garage, worried about a flood in the basement. But, yeah, like, it's a great-looking house. Like, Roy, I mean, this house is beautiful, but there are some internal problems. You might have second thoughts about spending $1 million on that house. And that's what I think happened with the Ravens.
You usually don't hear this about a meniscus. Like, if the surgery was successful and you give a guy a chance to rehab, they traded for him knowing that he was going to have surgery, right? This didn't come out of the blue. They didn't trade for him and then he got hurt. That's the interesting part.
No, but there had been some talk about the condition of his knee. There have been things that they had heard, and that's why it was important for him to come to Baltimore to get a physical. Came in with his wife. Got the physical. Multiple doctors reviewed the physical, and the Ravens made the decision that they were not comfortable moving forward with the trade that involved 2 first-round draft picks.
Yeah, and Trey Hendrickson didn't cost them 2 first-round draft picks.
Correct. Yeah, of course, that's a part of it. Yeah. But, look, they made the trade for Crosby because I think they intended to have Crosby as a Raven, and it would have been a great move, but they just were not comfortable moving forward.
Yeah. All right, been a busy offseason, my man. We appreciate you. Be well, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate having me.
You got it. That's our guy, Adam Schefter, senior NFL insider for ESPN on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline.
How about double down on the house problems
you and the roof
in that segment?
You win a point on the roof analogy. Yeah, but we patched the hole in the roof. Everything's fine.
That flooded basement.
We're going to come back. Who goes down there anyway? We're going to come back with, this is why we bring Scotty in, because it's like pop quiz time.
Oh, yeah.
So he's prepared something that has to do with matching up famous people with their schools, something to that. You can play along next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Camping World is now open in Sunbury. The celebration starts now, and you're invited. Join us from March 19th to the 22nd for our grand opening block party with special pricing on a huge selection of new and used RVs. Enjoy free food, fun on-site activities, and exciting giveaways. Plus, enter for a chance to win a brand new RV. As part of America's #1 RV network, Camping World brings you more value and more ways to enjoy life on the road. Don't miss the grand opening block party at Camping World in Sunbury. We'll see you there.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If your garage floor has stains, cracks, or even the dreaded bad epoxy job, maybe one you tried to do yourself, maybe one you paid for and it didn't work out, it can make your entire garage look bad. Let's be honest about it. And maybe those botched garage floor coatings that you've had in the past have put you off of ever getting it fixed. Well, my friends, let me tell you, the people at Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings want you to know there is a fix out there. They can make your garage floor gleaming, glistening, look like a new car showroom. You call Comer & Cross at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they will come out with their pros, no subcontractors, and install a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in just 1 day. Yeah, this floor is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or even show tire lift like epoxy or paint can. Never going to have that problem with Comer & Cross. Call them today, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. It's that easy. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or you go to comercross.com. That's C-O-M-E-R cross.com. Get a new garage floor with Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings today.
Don't let a failing sump pump put your home at risk. Right now, get $80 off sump pump replacement with Logan Services. Protect your basement from flooding and get the peace of mind you deserve. Call now. Fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Looking for a job that's all fun and games? El Dorado Scioto Downs, your premier Caesars entertainment destination in Columbus, is hiring passionate and hardworking individuals to our winning team. We're filling multiple positions, including security, food and beverage, gaming attendants, and more. Whether you're looking for a new career or a seasonal position at the action-packed racetrack, we've got you covered. Meet the team at our hiring fair on Friday, March 20th from 12 to 4 p.m. at the clubhouse, or apply online today at Caesars.com/careers. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
At Low T Center, we're extending our New Year's promos to give you the new start you need. If you've been feeling exhausted and have lost your sex drive, book a free testosterone test at Low T Center. Pick up discounted peptides and GLP-1s while you're there. Low T Center is the most trusted name in TRT for a reason. Highest quality testosterone covered by insurance and tailored to you so you know that it's effective. This deal won't last forever, so call or head to lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com and book your TRT appointment today.
Hey there, friends. High Bank isn't just award-winning whiskey. They also make the best vodka in America. With 3 Central Ohio locations serving scratch-made food and craft cocktails, High Bank is perfect for date night, game day, or drinks with friends. Learn more at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Common Man has hosted shows with radio royalty, Spielman, Tor, T-Bone, just to name a few. So listen to his new show with Timmy Hall. If man can pull this one off, he's a miracle worker. Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan.
The open season Sportsman's Expo hits this Friday through Sunday at the Ohio Expo Center. See Twiggy the water skiing squirrel. Shop hundreds of exhibitors and much more. With Toyota, the official truck, and Tacticam, the official cell camera. Get discounted tickets now at openseasonsportsmansexpo.com.
Spring is hatching at the Columbus Zoo. Join us April 3rd and 4th for eggs, paws, and claws. Snap a pic with the Easter Bunny, meet Egbert, roll into Shelley's Shellebration, and crack the clues in the Explore and Find. It's 2 extra fun days you won't want to miss. Get your discounted tickets at Kroger.
Forget the pot of gold. Save some green at Coghlan Chevrolet. Lease a new 26 Chevy Trax, $169 a month. New 26 Equinox, lease for $229 a month. Or lease a new 26 Silverado, $359 a month. Visit CoglanChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Coghlan has the car for you.
39-month leases. Silverado 36-month lease. $39.99 due at signing plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year. 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 3/31/26.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4. Dog friendly. And if you ain't down with that, this is Rothman and Ice.
All right, top of the hour, Zach Werenski, Will Effort, Big Z. Wake him up from his nap after that amazing game last night where the Jackets just take Carolina and turn them inside out. All right, so in the immortal words of Dan Devine from Rudy, no one, and I mean no one, comes into our house and pushes us around. TLC and I are going to tag team this, and you've got some sort of quiz you've invented about, I guess, some sort of flashcard game or...
Yeah, so this is famous people from NCAA tournament schools, okay?
The players or just famous alum?
Not players.
Okay.
These are famous alum.
Okay,
You got to tell me what NCAA tournament school they are from.
Okay.
All right, some I'll give as layups.
All right.
I'll start out with a little bit of a layup.
Okay.
We'll go Jim Nance. What tournament school?
Houston Cougars.
Yep. 1 for
I
1.
got that one.
All right, 1
Sorry,
for 1.
I didn't mean to. I should have collaborated first, but I was so confident. Okay.
If you're confident, go for it.
How about the Sydney Sweeney? What tournament school?
Oh, I don't know. Sydney
I don't know where she's from. Is she a Southern girl?
I thought she was from Australia.
Oh.
I could be wrong about that. I know Sydney Thomas is Alabama. I don't know Sydney Sweeney.
I don't know who that is.
Friends with Mick Cronin.
She went to UCLA?
She's UCLA.
Okay, so we're 1 for 1, or
Yep.
1 for 2.
Oh, we should have guessed Los Angeles.
Well, that's what I was going to talk it through.
I think you guys might get this one. Paul Rudd.
I know this one.
Okay, this has to be someone relative of Kansas City, so I'm going to go
Kansas.
Yes.
He's a Jayhawk.
Kansas Jayhawks.
All right.
All right. Let's go with Chris Collinsworth.
I got it.
What tournament school? You know it?
He's a Gator, right?
Yes.
Yes,
He's a
he
Florida
is.
Gator.
All right, 3 for 4. Very solid.
Okay.
Let's go with Gus Johnson. Ha ha!
I believe he went to Howard.
Ooh. I didn't know it, but that sounds right.
Howard is correct. 4 for 5. Nicely done.
There we go.
Let's go with Erin Andrews.
I know this one too.
I don't.
I believe she's also a Gator.
Would he double? You got to think like a producer here. Would he double up on the Gators?
He just may have been thinking Erin Andrews. He probably didn't care where she went. He just wanted to talk about her.
I'm in.
Yep. Erin
Gator.
Andrews is Florida.
Okay.
Ashton Kutcher. You probably know this one.
I know
as
this
well.
one.
It's either Illinois or Iowa.
It's Iowa.
There you go.
Okay. That's correct.
Okay.
Chris Stapleton.
Okay. The Nashville schools is Vanderbilt. Well, I mean, it's. How about like Belmont?
I'm
Is Belmont in the
I'm
tournament?
fine with going with Vandy. I don't think he would put in a school that's like crazy offbeat. So
I put in Howard.
Yeah, that's right. True. What's their nickname, by the way?
Howard?
Yeah.
Are they the Bison?
They are the Bison.
Yeah.
Point for you.
All right.
You're on the board.
Stapleton, I'm going to go
I don't
either.
know.
Oh, you know what? Nashville school. Did Lipscomb make the tournament?
Ooh.
Doesn't sound
No
right.
Lipscomb.
Did
no Lipscomb.
Belmont make the tournament?
No Belmont. Well,
Vandy?
I don't think Belmont.
There's a fourth one.
All right, I'm going to stop you right there. It's Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
It is Vanderbilt.
That's why I went,
Good call out of you. Cole, nicely done. All right. Let's go with Hoosiers, Gene Hackman.
I know this.
Go for it. I don't know it.
Gene Hackman went to the University of Illinois.
Yes. Gosh, you guys are really good at this.
I think there's another famous one that went.
I'm going to go I'm going to go a little tougher now on you guys. Newman from Seinfeld. What school? Wayne Knight.
I think I know this as well.
No way.
I think I do.
If you pull this
I'm
one
a
out.
Seinfeld guy.
I know.
I would have guessed LIU Brooklyn.
I think he's an SEC guy. I think he went to Georgia.
Oh, man. All right. Did you prep for this?
No, how could I prep? I don't know the questions. You can give us the questions.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, my gosh.
Stanley Goodspeed.
I should know this. I should know this because I love the National Treasure movies.
I did too.
Very good.
The Rock, Con Air,
And
a lot of great ones.
I'm still trying to figure out if there's going to be a third.
There was a TV show. It wasn't good, but
Cal Baptist, I don't know.
no.
Is it?
You're in the right area.
Is he a UCLA guy?
He is UCLA.
Okay.
Yep.
Bam.
And we'll go sports wise.
All right.
Kurt Warner,
Northern Iowa.
Yep.
Northern Iowa's right. How about Tina Fey?
Just go New York or California. When in doubt.
Tina Fey.
Santa Clara.
See, I'm mixing her up when we saw Julia Louis-Dreyfus at all the NCAA games last year.
She's Northwestern?
I think so, yeah.
She was Northwestern. Yeah.
Tina Fey. Should we go New York? Should we go like St. John's or something?
Virginia, actually.
Okay.
All right, she's Virginia. And I think you guys will get this one.
Yeah.
Ashley Judd,
Kentucky.
huge Kentucky
Not
fan.
even, yeah, that was a layup.
All right, how about, this might be too easy.
All right.
Steve Nash.
Santa Clara.
Oh, Santa Clara.
Santa Clara, very good. Yeah,
Christoph Tilley.
pretty solid out of you guys. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think you were going to get a few of those, including Gus Johnson. Pulling out Gus Johnson was good.
Well, we nailed it. Let's play our tandem theme music.
Let's do it.
I'm impressed by our pop culture knowledge.
I've got a couple for you guys, as long as we have a couple seconds here.
Okay.
Scotty will like this one. Darth Vader, James Earl Jones.
Michigan.
You got it.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought he would get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, the only reason why I knew that was because I was studying up on these for the quiz. And I wasn't going to give you a Michigan question.
You caught this in the research.
All right. Well
we
done.
did pretty good.
I thought we hung in there. A lot better than our brackets will be, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to come back top of the hour. Zach Werenski join us. The Jackets are on a run, a heater, And certainly he's been a big part of that. We'll grab him next in Hockey and Hounds, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Bobby Carpenter demands that you watch Morning Juice on YouTube. If you don't, Tito will move into your house.
Live at 6 a.m. on YouTube and streaming on the Fan app.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
You got this. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
The sports book at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be for all the basketball action. Watch every game at once on 2 video walls spanning 50 feet, plus over 30 TVs. Come show off your jump shot in our King of the Court drawings and take home memorabilia from a Cleveland basketball legend. We've also got unbeatable game day food and drinks all season long. Guarantee your spot. Reserve a table with up to $300 in dining credits at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hothead Burritos' new Abrazo fish taco is in season. Wild-caught Alaskan pollock, creamy queso, zesty Southwest sauce, and cool avocado lime. Get your new Abrazo fish taco now for a limited time at Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The water's standing in the tub. My toilets will not flush. The smell's getting bad in here. I need help in a rush.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners, only 30 calories, just 5 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. That great Pepsi taste with even more to love. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
I'm John Morgan. There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Reason number 3. First, all lawyers are not the same. If my family had an injury case and I couldn't hire us, there are only about 3 to 4% of the lawyers out there that I would hire. And here's why. Most of them rarely, if ever, go to trial. They just take the last best offer. Hell, you can do that yourself. Do this. If you're looking for a lawyer, Google Morgan & Morgan results and see what comes up. It may shock you. Then Google the firm you're thinking of hiring and do the same. That may shock you as well. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. We won a lot. $30 billion and counting. Morgan & Morgan, or thepeople.com. Who would I hire? I'd hire us.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, it's Matty Ice. It's Marathon Mania at McDaniel GM Superstore this Saturday, March 21st. I'll be there 10 a.m. to noon. And check this out. Select new and used vehicles are priced at invoice. Incredible deals going on, folks. McDaniel GM Superstore just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans and their families realize what's possible. With support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing.
To get the help you need.
to find peace.
And as each Warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. 8-seed Ohio State men's hoops has its open practice this afternoon in Greenville, South Carolina, preparing to face 9-seed TCU in the first round of the NCAA tournament Thursday at 12:15. Earlier on Bishop and Friends, sophomore John Mobley Jr. showed his excitement to go dancing.
It's surreal. The last couple of years we fell short. And just getting that standard back for Ohio State, just putting Ohio State back on the map. So when we come in, we just trying to do this for the guys, before us and try to make something happen.
Coverage on the Fan starts at 11:15. Pro basketball, the WNBA and its Players Association agreed to terms on a new collective bargaining agreement. For reports, the deal features a salary cap of $7 million, a supermax starting at $1.4 million, and an average salary of around $600,000. This update sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Voted Best Credit Union for the past 8 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more.
You'd think that dog conversation wouldn't necessarily blend with hockey talk. And you'd be wrong. You idiots! Like a fine wine and dark chocolate, it's going down smooth. Rothman and Ice present Hockey and Hounds.
Sponsored by Telhio Credit Union, helping hounds find a home and helping you finance yours. Get the best rate from Telhio's mortgage experts. Find out more at telhio.org.
Now joining the boys, the lead dog on the blue line, Zach Werenski.
Yeah, he's been helping us out for a long time now. We appreciate him immensely. He's our guy, Zach Werenski, and he is on a team that is on a tear, an absolute tear right now, and they are right in it, and they can feel it, and they've been playing like this for a while now, ever since the coaching change. They have not taken their foot off the gas, and he even had to go win gold at the Olympics and come back and jump on a moving train and try to get over a sickness that took him out for a little bit, and he's with us now, courtesy of Telhio Credit Union. Z, thanks very much, my man. What a game last night.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, what a game's right. We played well. That's a good team we played against, too.
Absolutely. All right, so I'll ask you first. You take that stick to the face. This happens a lot. It was probably inadvertent, but Jarvis gets called, late again with the same thing, with the stick going up to Garland's face. You both got bloodied. And you had to take two, it looked like big cotton balls up the nose and try to play with it. When that happens, do you feel like the other player is reckless, or you just think that's part of the game?
I definitely think it's just part of the game. He apologized to me afterwards. I think mine for sure was on accident. The Garland one, I don't think he's trying to whack him in the face, but I do think he's maybe a little mad that Garland took the puck from him twice there. Mm-hmm. So I definitely don't think he's a dirty player by any means. I think that is just part of the game. But I think that second one was a little bit reckless. He got fined for it today, which I think proves that the Department of Player Safety thought it was a little reckless. Mm-hmm. But no, he's not a dirty player at all. That stuff happens. No one probably feels worse about it than him sitting in the box for 8 minutes and whatnot, putting his team down. So, it sucks when you get hit in the face. I haven't been stung like that in a while off the nose, but I'm doing all right.
Yeah, how is it today? It looked like, because you played with it, it looked like there was obviously a cut there on the side of your nose. And by the way, because I was somewhat unaware of this, it looked like that you had to not be on that first shift. You couldn't start a shift because you were the injured player, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I thought that they blew the whistle because Carolina got the puck.
Okay.
But they said they blew the whistle because I was down, which I didn't realize. So at first I was a little confused and mad that I couldn't start the power play. But then I realized that Carolina didn't touch it. They blew it because of my safety. So, yeah, if you're the injured player, you can't start the power play, and that makes sense. So I had started on the bench and then came right out after.
Well, you guys took advantage of it, which is the awesome part of it. If you're going to take that kind of hit to the nose and face, you want to make it work for you, and it did. So you got that power play goal, and you got another power play goal in the final minute. Charlie Coyle, those hands were pretty soft there to make it 2-0. That was a pretty good receiving of a puck and being able to turn that and score it. That was a pretty awesome goal last night.
Yeah, he's been awesome. He made a lot of plays last night. He's been making plays for us all year. Our power play has really been hot since he's been on it. He makes a lot of little plays around the net. I think you saw his pass to Marchment. You saw his goal in zone. He's making a lot of good plays that keep possession for us. And he's such a big body, and he uses it so well. He wins a lot of battles for us, and all over the ice, but especially on our power play, he's been a huge factor of why we've had success on it.
You know, I think as a fan, when I'm watching, I think I get duped a little bit because I think when guys are talking before the game, I always think like it's kind of friendly, like it's pregame and they're talking. And when I saw Delorier and Olivier talking, when do you know, because they looked like they were talking before the game like they were friends. Do you believe that when they were talking before the game, you know, no helmets on, nothing, that they were kind of discussing if there's a moment tonight, we're going?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't ever really talk to anyone before the game. If you were to see me talking to someone, you can assume it's friendly, and you're probably 100% right. But when you see two guys like that talking, it's usually for something different. They have so much respect for each other, and guys around the league have so much respect for the two of them that if they're going to do it, they're going to do it right. And they're going to have that mutual respect of, you know, not jumping one guy or the other. They're going to talk about it and make sure it's the right time of the game or whatnot. And after, you know, being around Ollie for as long as I have been, you really start to understand the fighting side of the game more. You know, when someone's going to give someone a fight, depending on, you know, time of the game, if it's home or away. There's certain situations where you just, I don't know, I guess I never really thought about it, but after talking to him, I really understand it more now. And that's one of those situations where they just want to talk about it and make sure both guys are on the same page. And yeah, just a lot of respect for each other.
Zach, but it's Sunday of a golf tournament. We're coming down to the end. There's some contenders that like to look at the leaderboard, see where they are, see what they need to do in the last final few holes. I'm curious for you, how much are you looking at standings, looking at scoreboard watching? What does that look like for you right now?
Yeah, I check it all the time. You know, last night there was like 2 minutes left in the game, and I'm looking at the ticker around the building, around Nationwide. It shows the scores behind our home net. So I'm looking up there for like the last 2 minutes trying to see what's going on around the league. And right after the game, I'm checking the standings, checking scores. I know there's some games tonight I'm already aware of that are pretty important for our playoff race that I'm going to watch. And yeah, it's that time of year where every game matters, not just our own. I mean, at the end of the day, we have to take care of business, and that's the most important thing. But other games matter as well, and I'm watching them, and I feel like our whole team's watching them, and we're aware of what we need to do. I think it's good to be aware. It's good to know where we're at in the standings and what needs to happen. So, yeah, I'm always looking at it.
Why do you think that you guys are handling this pressure so well? Because it has been pressure hockey. You know where you were. Now, maybe you felt like you had nothing to lose after the coaching change because maybe people kind of left you for dead a little bit. But now that you've been in the fight for a while and you coming off the Olympics, why do you think this team specifically is handling the pressure this well?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I feel like we definitely have grown from last year. We were in this position last season. We were actually in the wild card for a majority of it towards the end of the season last year and then fell out of it. But we understand the pressure of it now. We understand what these games mean. We understand how to play them. I also think, too, in a weird way, chasing teams in front of us is different than last year where we were being chased the whole time. So, yeah, we haven't earned anything yet. We don't have an X next to our name. We're not in the playoff spot. We still have to earn that, and I think we're just embracing that challenge. We're embracing kind of being that first team out, and we're trying to get in, and we're chasing these teams in front of us, and it's been a lot of fun, and we're going to continue to chase these teams until we get in. That's our goal, and we still have 15 games left. We play a lot of these teams a few more times, and it's going to make for some exciting hockey and some exciting hockey at Nationwide, which is, you know, the best hockey to play.
It really is. Zach Werenski with us, courtesy of Telhire Credit Union for Hockey and Hounds. You and I talked even the week you were sick, and we started to believe that, I mean, you were pretty sick. I mean, for you even said, for you to miss games from illness is such a rarity for your career. How much weight did you really lose? How sick were you?
Yeah, I was really sick. And coming back, those first two games, I felt fine. Like, I wasn't sick anymore, but I was down probably like 7 or 8 pounds. my energy was really low. And when that happens, usually your thinking within the game is not great. So I wasn't playing my best hockey those first 2 games back. We got points in them, which was nice. We went on the road trip, and I just told myself to keep it as simple as I can, focus on the defensive side of the puck. Don't give up anything defensively. The offense comes natural to me. That part's easy. I can always incorporate that later. But I didn't want to give up anything defensively and hurt the team. So I kind of reset there on the road trip, and I feel a lot better now. We had 2 days off the ice before this Carolina game. Felt like I had a ton of energy last night. We have a day off today. Then I feel back to normal. But yeah, I was grinding there for a bit. And obviously this time of year, it sucks when you feel like you're not playing your best for the team. But our team did a great job of getting some wins when I was sick, and then obviously getting points those first few games back.
Yeah, they really have. And everybody trusts that you're giving everything you can. What do you think of your boy Jack Hughes wanting the golden goal puck back? He was kind of like, wait a minute, maybe the Hockey Hall of Fame should have this on rental, not like a permanent thing.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, he did score the golden goal, but at the end of the day, it is a team game. And, a lot of guys could say, Connor Hellebuck could say he wants the puck or whatever. I know he didn't score the golden goal, but a lot of guys had great performances, and I feel like I really don't care. At the end of the day, I just care that I have a gold medal. But I also understand why it's in the Hockey Hall of Fame, and I also understand why Jack wants it. So it doesn't really matter to me, but I think it's good in the Hall of Fame.
Well, shared custody. You have the primary helper, so maybe you all get shared custody of this little child.
I guess keep passing it around year after year.
It's great to have you on. And I talked to you last week. We pitched the German Shepherd from my friends at Pro Dogs Ohio, Onyx. Onyx does have an appointment next week, so that's great. And the dog that I'm going to pitch today is from some of my favorite people in this city, and Andrea and her team at speakfortheunspoken.com. Speakfortheunspoken.com does so many wonderful things for animals in need. And Coco is the black lab mix that I'm pitching today. She's 5 years old. We'll put her up on the screen here. About 50, 60 pounds, loves kids, knows her commands, loves playing tug of war, car rides, loves cuddling around. The lucky ones who get to go to a foster, she's one of those right now, but we'd love to see her in probably to start a single dog home or a home with maybe another little dog that's probably more chill than others. But Andrea and her team and countless beautiful animals are up for adoption at speakfortheunspoken.com. And Coco is our lab mix today, and hopefully I'll have some good news for you because she's a wonderful dog, and she's beautiful and deserves a great life. And she just loves being a dog, so we're going to try to help her do that. So Coco is our Hockey and Hound celeb today.
Yeah, that sounds great. Hopefully some more good news next time we talk.
Outstanding, my man. Get some rest and take down the Rangers and keep this going. We appreciate you very much. Thanks for doing this on your day off.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks. That's our friend Zach Werenski, Hockey and Hounds, brought to you by Telhio Credit Union. Experience member-driven banking with my friends at Telhio, proudly serving Ohio for more than 90 years. We'll come back with ins and outs next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
March Madness hits the Schottenstein Center. The third-seed Ohio State Buckeyes women's basketball team takes on 14-seed Howard during the NCAA first round at 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. Tickets are on sale at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Want big flavor and even bigger value? The new $9.99 value meal has arrived at Hothead Burritos. Get your choice of a customized, loaded little burrito or bowl with fresh chips and salsa plus a drink, all for just $9.99 today. Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
If your roof is leaking, you don't need a sales pitch. You need answers. I'm Bill Schmidt with Brothers Roofing and Construction, a local certified contractor helping homeowners across central and southern Ohio solve real problems. No pressure, just honest work done right.
It's never a bad time to fire up the grill. At Billiards Plus, the grilling season never ends. While you're grill shopping, you'll love browsing Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Tom's Garage Doors. Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price, he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Don's Garage Doors, Don's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Camping World is now open in Sunbury. The celebration starts now, and you're invited. Join us from March 19th to the 22nd for our grand opening block party with special pricing on a huge selection of new and used RVs. Enjoy free food, fun on-site activities, and exciting giveaways. Plus, enter for a chance to win a brand new RV. As part of America's #1 RV network, Camping World brings you more value and more ways to enjoy life on the road. Don't miss the grand opening block party at Camping World in Sunbury. We'll see you there.
Hey, it's Common Man.
And T-Bone.
And Timmy.
And Tyvis.
Pizza Madness is here.
Oh, Pizza Madness, baby.
PizzaMadness.pizza on the interwebs. Vote now. It's brought to you by Billiards Plus.
Go vote, you stupid idiots.
Looking to level up your backyard or game room? Head to Billiards Plus in Dublin. From premium grills that turn every cookout into a feast to stunning pool tables and shuffleboard tables that bring the fun home. They've got everything you need to play in style. And don't forget their authentic pizza ovens. Perfect for crafting restaurant quality pies right in your backyard. Proud presenting sponsor of 97.1 The Fans, Pizza Madness. Billiards Plus is where great games and great food come together. Family owned and operated since they opened. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
You and your family are safer when strong leaders stand with law enforcement. That's why, as governor, Vivek Ramaswamy will partner with police to uphold our laws, keep dangerous criminals behind bars, and protect your family. Law enforcement knows Vivek has their back. That's why 65 Ohio sheriffs endorsed him, including Sheriff Stephen Lavorchek.
Safe streets don't just happen. They happen when criminals know tough leaders are in charge. Ohio law enforcement supports Vivek Ramaswamy because Vivek supports us. Vivek will empower police to arrest violent criminals quickly and decisively, putting trained resource officers in every school and restoring law and order statewide, so our families feel secure in our homes and communities. Vivek Ramaswamy backs the blue, so we've got his back for governor all the way.
Lower costs, bigger paychecks, better schools. Vivek Ramaswamy for governor.
Paid for by Vivek Ramaswamy and Rob McCauley for Ohio.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Slight chance of snow showers this afternoon, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the 40s, but with gusty winds, it'll feel colder than that. Mostly cloudy skies tonight with lows in the 30s, and then for Thursday, chances of rain showers in the afternoon, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the mid to low 50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Catch T-Bone and Tyvis weekday mornings from 6 to 9. If you're not completely satisfied, we'll rewind time and erase your brain. For real, The Fan. Rothman and Ice present In or Out.
Just a little of the old in and out.
Before we get to Cole's, a little bit of his in and out. We were just talking about, like, do we really trust these big teams, Big Ten teams, and how far they can go? And I was looking at Illinois' path, thinking, man, we could probably get 2 Big Ten teams into the Final Four this year. And then I had to check myself, like, I don't like the Big Ten's tough. In fact, I almost feel like you're gonna laugh. I almost feel like this Nebraska team. Although no, they'd run into Vandy. I don't love that.
I don't like Nebraska at all.
Illinois, they play such good defense.
They are trending terribly. Yeah. They have not been playing well over the last month.
Illinois,
I don't like that. I don't like Illinois because I told you the coaching mismatch. Like, if you get to the Sweet 16 and it's Brad Underwood or whatever actor that you're going to say he looks like.
Yeah, there's an actor.
I don't think he's out coaching Calvin Sampson, and so I think Houston advances down there. I think the Big Ten team that I would be interested in that could make a run is Wisconsin. Wisconsin can score. They're going to have to play Arkansas in the second round, but Wisconsin's the team I could see.
They're always really fundamentally strong in the tournament. In one and dones, they become very fundamentally. No, the guy that coaches Illinois.
Yep, Brad Underwood.
There's an actor. I don't know how many movies he's been in, but the one that I really think about is the second Mission Impossible. He plays the guy who. He's the older guy that gets sick at the end, or they fake him in that hospital room. His name is Brendan Gleeson. So look up Brendan Gleeson.
See, I was thinking Mark Addy, the actor, but Brendan Gleeson.
He was in Mission Impossible 2. He's been, I was trying to look at some other movies that he's been. And
Okay. I know this guy.
Is he not identical?
You're right.
It's unbelievable.
Your comparison way better than mine.
And I've never seen anybody do a split screen on it. I think it's
good.
Impeccable.
Gosh, you're right. Wow.
Braveheart. Yes, he was in Braveheart. What are his...
Edge of Tomorrow.
He hasn't been in a lot of unbelievable movies. Like, the reason... And by the way, I don't attach him like in every movie to Underwood, but just that, like Mission Impossible 2 is when I first started realizing that.
Paddington 2.
Not on my list. Troy.
Yeah, Troy is in the tournament.
Yep.
Isn't that who's playing Nebraska?
No, Nebby's playing... yes, they are playing Troy. You're right. Good call. All right. Anyway, TLC ins and outs.
Okay.
Brendan Gleeson. He'll be around for a while.
He has a particular set of skills. Are you in or out on submitting multiple brackets into your March Madness pool?
So this is a problem for me. A couple years ago at the station, I've told this story before. Scotty, we set it up with some fan personalities, and Bo used to fill out a few, and I used to do just one sheet. And then I asked Scotty, I'm like, hey, what do you want us to do here? And he's like, you can fill out more than one, but just tell me the one you'll designate for the fan one. I'm like, perfect. Want to have a little fun. I filled out a few, but I told him the one that I want is this one, like AR number 1. And he writes me back and says, too late. I can't fix it. Oh, well. And so now I've got 3 of them in there. And I'm like weekly dartboard guy from Fit Off and everybody else. I can't believe that Rothman put in 3 brackets.
Fit Off for months was like, Anthony gets 3 entries. We all get 1.
He was so afraid he wasn't going to win to one of mine. And it was
Anthony created Fit Off. So everything that Tito has, he owes the AR.
And I was like, get some new material, man. Like every weekend, this is a topic because he saw that one of mine, I don't even know which one, I thought it was the one that I designated. So I'm back to 1 bracket guy. I don't want to hear it. Not that I really wanted to do more than 1, because now if you're doing a money pool and they allow you to put more than 1 in, then I'm all for it. So I view it that way. I have my 1 that I'll do just for pride. But if you're in a pool that allows you to do more than 1, you're not doing just 1.
Of all the contests now that is around March Madness, honestly, the bracket predictions is the last one that I do. I haven't even really filled out a bracket. I've 20 to 30 bets already in, but I have not filled out a full bracket. And I've got some futures bets and all that stuff. But I'll do 1, but that's the least interesting of all the contests to me.
Hey, TLC, real fast before I forget. If Sungjae Im wins the Masters,
and he won't,
probably won't. He's like 90 to 1, but he's played well there. If he does, we have to keep that call when Vaughn called yesterday and said, should I take Venezuela to beat Team USA? And I said, well, I like the value at plus 2.25. I go, I wouldn't turn a blind eye to that. I go, but if you really want to make this fun, pair Venezuela with a couple Masters picks. And I said, like Sungjae Im is 90 to 1. I go, if you pair them with Venezuela and he wins, that's like 200 to 1. So if a $10 bet would get you $2,000, and now I have that bet.
So I was getting a smoothie, and I heard this whole conversation yesterday, and I was yelling at the radio.
Points?
I'm like, Anthony, not Sungjae Im. Say Cam Young at 40 to one. That's the value that I wanted.
I was going for
what you were looking for.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. I think you're
greedy.
I think you're
Sungjae Im hasn't done anything in a long time. Bad bet.
He knows
young
the
guy,
course.
Well, horses for courses. I'm going to tell you what happens with. I think you're dismissing him a little too early on the long shot,
I'm
like
dismissing.
sleeper guy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what Sung J M has done at the Masters the last 5 years.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Tied for second.
Last year?
No, hang on. I'm going back to 2020. Tied for second.
During COVID?
Hang on. Don't hold that again. Tied for second, then missed the cut. Tied for 8th. Tied for 16th. Made the cut. Tied for 5th. Or missed the cut. Then tied for 5th. He's got a 2nd, an 8th, and a 5th in the last 5 years, and you're tossing him out like he's not a sleeper?
Will bet you right now he is not in the
Okay.
top 20.
I'm not saying he's a
Top 40.
He's a long shot
Rothman,
for a
take
reason.
that.
All right, I'll
50.
take the top 50. I'll
Okay,
take.
I should
Done.
have stopped at 40. We
Done.
stopped at 40.
No, you heard 50.
40.
You heard 50.
No, you said done at 40.
No, I
I'm
didn't.
pretty
I
sure
said
you said
done at
done at
50.
50.
He's.
Oh.
I don't need it right
All right,
back.
fine.
Top 50, Sung JM.
45.
What are we putting on it? A meal?
More than a meal.
Golf round?
Yes.
Home and home? All right. All right, that's it. That's the bet. Top 50.
Okay.
You're in.
I wish I had 40.
Well, just hope you catch him on one of these years where he misses the cut.
I'm about to say, sounds like it's either top 10 or misses the cut.
That's
so
right.
Either way.
And if he gets hurt before the tournament and can't play,
If he's a WD-40,
then
bets
I win.
off.
No, then I win.
No, it only counts if he tees up and then WDs, like any other bet would. Well, any other bet would. If you bet on a guy to win the Masters,
then he's
and
not in the field.
Yeah, if he plays one hole and he WD-40s, then the bet is good. You know that, right?
Fine.
But you know that from
Gosh.
betting, right?
I do know that.
All right, so if
it just happened to Morikawa last week.
If you bet on a guy that has a pulled hammy on the first fairway and has to leave the tournament, you lose that bet.
I think he might be hurt. That's
All
why
right,
I made the comment.
All right, if he is hurt, then the bet's off.
All right.
He has to make one swing in the tournament to be eligible.
Or just show up to the tournament.
Boy.
He's on the ground.
So if he's in the first tee box and he's holding the club and he's like, actually, I don't think I have it. That's a win.
He's
for
on
you.
the grounds. The bet counts. He got his rental car.
Does he have his belt and his shoes on? Yes.
Check his injury report.
Beltless. Maybe he is. No, he played in the Players.
Okay.
And he
all right.
birdied. I don't think he birdied 17. We'll check his results.
Yeah, recent results. Good bet for me. I can tell you that.
Top 50. I feel pretty strong at the Masters. That's a small field.
I know. I still feel good.
So you're out on Sung JM for the ins and outs segment.
I am out on M.
We got Dan Dakich on deck.
Oh, baby.
All right. 2 minutes to Double D. Ohio State's chances. How does he like them on Thursday and beyond?
What does he think of Bill Raftery?
You're going to ask him?
I think so.
You'll find out next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Day 1, the hardest day. The day you hear,
"This is a type of blood cancer."
At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
Spring is hatching at the Columbus Zoo. Join us April 3rd and 4th for Eggs, Paws, and Claws. Snap a pic with the Easter Bunny, meet Egbert, roll into Shelley's Celebration, and crack the clues in the Explore and Find. It's 2 extra fun days you won't want to miss. Get your discounted tickets at Kroger.
Matty Ice here, ready to run toward incredible savings. Get set for the 37th annual Marathon Mania at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, March 20th and the 21st only. Select new and used vehicles are priced at invoice, but that's not all. Every hour they slash prices even more, taking an additional $50 off. They're also staying open later and giving you more time to score the deal of a lifetime. And don't miss offers like $12,000 off MSRP on the 26 Silverado 1500 for qualified buyers. McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Fascinating, informative, covered in dog slobber. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
That time of the week, we bring in March Madness's own Dan Dakich. Don't at me on Outkick and the Indy Sports Ticket. All right, are you a bracket guy, or have you lost the zest for filling out brackets a long time ago?
No. I'm all in on brackets. Hell yeah, more brackets. More cowbell, more brackets. Let's go.
Well done. All right, so are you also a guy who lets the other idiots try to find the needle in the haystack and you just try to chalk it up along the way? Or are you a guy that says, nope, I'm going to just throw a lot of darts and pick a lot of upsets?
I go chalk and I always lose. I do. I never get the right upset, although I think I have one. I like Akron this year. I really like Akron. They're crazy. Texas Tech is reeling a bit. No Toppin and one of their other guys. And I watched John Gross's team play in that MAC championship against Toledo. And I thought, man, these two teams are crazy. And Gross's team ended up being crazy in a good way. So, no, I'll get you an upset or two. Absolutely. I think St. Mary's is going to lose. Texas A&M is going to beat them. That's a 7-10. That's not a big deal. But no. I go with whoever I think is going to win the game. I don't have a set formula. And I've only won once, and I actually won a trip for Pat McAfee about 10 years ago. And he never paid me back, but that's okay.
Wait, you got a couple of those stories. I mean, Jordan owes you money. McAfee owes you.
Yeah.
Tell me the Jordan owes you money story again. Was that a golf thing?
Yeah, it was the summer 1984. I was a junior. He was a junior. He had just committed to go to the NBA. It was the Olympics. Olympics were in Bloomington. Knight was having everybody there. And one Sunday, I was really good then. I mean, I don't know why, but I was really good. And I had played by myself earlier in the day at IU's golf course, shot like 72, and I'm just hanging around, some of the guys in the golf team I knew. And here comes Jordan, Steve Alford, and Timmy Knight's son. They needed a fourth. I said, let's go. Jordan was just learning. We got to the fifth hole. I'll never forget, tee box. And he's like, hey, Doc, you want to bet? I go, I'll bet you anything you want. And he said, I don't know whether it's true or not. He said, yeah, I just signed with Nike. Money ain't no thing to me. I'll never forget it. And I said, well, it is to me. So I'll bet you whatever the hell you want. And we literally ended up on the 15th hole, which is by the clubhouse, putting balls in the sand. And he owed me more than $6,000 by the end of it because we were double or nothing. And we went to Wendy's after, and he's like, yeah, I'll get you tomorrow. Come by to practice. I went by to practice, and he tried to hand me a bag full of crap. Polaroid cameras, Levi jeans.
all the free crap he got.
Yeah, that's right. All the free crap that he got from being on the Olympic team. They had rooms full of all this crap. I said, Mike, I can walk in that room right now and go get it. I mean, you owe me $6,000. Anyway, I would write him a letter every year. I did a basketball camp in my hometown in Gary, Indiana, and I'd write him a letter. I found his home address, and anyway, never responds. He come to my camp for 10 minutes. About 5 years, 10 years into it or whatever, I'm at the Bulls game. He invites his agent, me, and my brother to dinner. We go to dinner at his place upstairs, and, I'm sitting there, and I leave pretty quick because I don't want to bother. He's got a lot of people, and he says, hey, Doc, is that it? Does that cover the $6,000? I'm like, get out of here. You owe me $6,000. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you did, I want everybody in this room to know that man owes this man $6,000. And I dropped the mic and walked out.
Nice. So, Dan, when Anthony and I are on the golf course, we do $5 challenges. And when I lose, I kind of dig into the fan prize closet and, I'm down $10. Here's a few air fresheners and bottle openers and crap like that.
We call that trinkets and trash.
Exactly. But, Dan, looking at the Ohio State bracket here, obviously Ohio State 8 versus 9 TCU. Give me a percentage chance that you think Ohio State beats TCU, and then even more so here in Columbus, so many people are staring at that potential next matchup with Duke. Give me a percentage chance if Ohio State beats TCU that they could knock off Duke.
All right, I'm going to tell you, I think TCU's a tough matchup. I think Ohio State's playing great, and I think Ohio State's going to win. I'm going to go about 60-40. Ohio State wins that by percentage. I'll tell you why. I know Jamie Dixon. His team's tough, and they've won 9 out of 10. They're physical. They're very physical. They play defense. I'm anxious to see this game because I believe in Ohio State. In fact, I believe Ohio State can beat Duke on one-day rest. I know they just ran through the SEC tournament, the ACC tournament with 7 guys, but that catches up to you. I think Duke is vulnerable. Not the first night, of course, 16-1. They're not going to lose that. Cameron Boozer's too good. But I do think on a one-day, we got 7 guys. It's really hard. And people don't really talk about this. I don't care what time, and it's almost better. In fact, it is better to play an early game in the NCAA tournament because you play the early game. And I don't care if you got to come back early. It is so hard to go to sleep after a basketball game that you played in. I mean, I'm going back. Guys, we used to talk about this even in high school. You have a big game, you're jacked up. College, you have a big game. And the truth of the matter is I like Ohio State's position, but I'm not loving the matchup. Ohio State's going to have to rebound the basketball. Ohio State, we talk about this all the time, Anthony. Mobley's going to have to play really well, and so is your stars have to play because this is a very well-coached team. When I watch them, they look like a Big Ten team to me, by the way. Jamie scouts. They got about 7 guys that play 20 minutes. Fatigue isn't going to be an issue. But I'd give them 60-40 because I think Ohio State's playing well. And I'm going 50-50 on beating Duke. I really am. I am. I watched Duke, and I said, okay, it's Duke. They're really guarding well. But they got that 7 guys, man. And if you can be physical with Boozer late clock when he gets it in the middle of the floor and takes the whole team on, basically one-on-one in the middle of the floor with shooters around, you can be physical with him and push him out at least to 10, 12 feet. I think Ohio State can win both of these games. I honestly do.
Boy, that would be something. To be left for dead after that game at Iowa, then play your way in. They're probably a little better than their seed, probably a little bit. I think you're right on the mark about 60% because I think that's what Vegas has it. And I think that they've got their I think they're minus 140, so that's implied about 58, 60%. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they're a different team now. Like Tilly's playing better. Noel is back. They've got some front court help. It's not just Bynum trying to drive to the rack and do something and just be a jump shooting team. Like they actually can play a little bit into the paint now. Like I think this is the team that Jake envisioned he might have. So that's where they have some confidence. I'm with you. But the first game is they got to take care of the ball and they got to be what you say. Their stars have to be able to shoot it. Do you like any specific Big Ten team to go the farthest?
I do want to say this. I do want to say Tilly has become an asset, not just a liability or just a guy. And watching him, I know they got beat by Michigan, but Michigan, wow. I think that's huge, and I think that's huge in this game. Actually, I think it's huge in the tournament. I do. I like Michigan to win it all. I like Purdue to get to the Final Four. And I'll tell you this much, I haven't really looked who Ohio State would play should they beat Duke.
They'd probably get into St. John's or Kansas, maybe.
Yeah, I like St. John's a lot, man. I do. I like St. John's. But no, I think Michigan is the best team in the country. I think they needed a loss. And I'll be honest with you, I know Florida needed a loss. I was watching Florida play, and I'm like, wait a second here. They look like a little too much. So history is full of teams. I coached on one, 1992. We lost to a terrible Purdue team last game of the year, and we beat Shaq, went to the Final Four. I do. I like the Big Ten. I've said all year, I think this is the year the Big Ten breaks the streak from 2000.
So, Dan, last night, the play-in game, we had Charles Barkley and Dick Vitale on the call, entertaining America. If we're teaming you up with anyone, we're doing an NCAA tournament game, and it's Dan Dakich and blank, who are we teaming you up with for a broadcast?
Oh, that's easy. I did 5 years with Mike Tirico and about four or five more years on Saturdays with Jason Benetti. I'd take either one of those. I had so much fun. Me and Mike doing ESPN Tuesday night game, Big Ten games. I had so much fun with Benetti on Saturdays. I will say this, and this is blasphemy. I'll tell you the worst guy I teamed up with was Bill Raftery. because I know everybody loves wrap onions, all that stuff. Yeah. But when you do a game with him, pay attention. You got to fake giggle all the time because he says this stupid East Coast stuff, these little shots that he throws. Hey, you didn't pick up the check. Your short arms, well, and you're like, oh, okay, man. You know, I did 2 straight games. It's 4 hours, and I'm like, enough, dude. I mean, I can't be fake giggling all the time. You know, like,
full affirmation mode.
Well, at the casino watch party I'm doing tomorrow, we have a Bill Raftery impersonation contest planned. So perfect timing for that.
That's fine. Yeah, but you don't have to work with him. Yeah, you're sitting there for 2 hours. Oh, you know, Bobby wouldn't have done that. I'm like, shut up. All right, shut up. Like, you know, like, all right. I mean, I love the guy off the air. He's great. And he was, you know, a wonderful human being. But I'm telling you, watch how often Grant Hill and whoever their guy is, one of the Eagles, I guess, they got to sit there and fake laugh the whole time. I'm telling you, work is miserable. Like, just shut up with the East Coast, New Jersey. Oh, you didn't pick up the check. Oh, shut
I
up.
always feel like he's a little thrown at the beginning if a team starts in a zone. That always throws him a little bit.
That's the other thing.
Because he has to say man-to-man. Principles. Yeah.
Oh, they're like, Dan, you know, you got to lay out here. I go, why you got to lay out here? Well, Bill's got to do his man-to-man shtick. I go, okay, great. Oh, okay, great. I mean, I'm a cynic. I'm a bad human being.
It's okay.
People absolutely should shun me in society. I'm not for proper society.
But you're good for us once a week. We're on a small dose program, so it's great. Thanks, brother. Enjoy the tourney. We'll talk soon, my man.
All right, thanks, guys. See you.
You got it. That's our guy, Double D, Dan Dakich, on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fangist Hotline. Scotty may not come back for the final hour after the gut punch he just took.
I love Bill so much. Yeah.
And
little lingerie on the deck. Love the man.
Well, I don't know. That's debatable, according to Dan Dakich. We will come back with a little defining success for this basketball team. And also, Junie Mobley was on with Bishop and Friends. We'll hear his mindset going into the start of the big dance next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
When you've thrown over 4,000 innings like I have, you know joint pain isn't a maybe, it's a guarantee. For you, was it climbing ladders or too much heavy lifting? Hey, we're all in the same boat. But surgery, that was never my answer.
Baseball legend Roger Clemens knows there's a better way. That's QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No scalpels, no fake fixes, just real relief.
What I love about QC Kinetics, these are the most respected medical pros in the country that specialize in non-surgical therapies to get you moving again.
Don't mask the pain, fix it. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
I trusted QC Kinetics. You should too.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Common Man here for Jermaine. Everybody's talking about affordability when buying a car these days, but the truth is, GoJermaine.com has a great selection of affordable inventory. Maybe that tax return's going to hit your mailbox pretty soon. Well, go see my friends because they have 300 new cars under 30 grand, over 300 used cars under 20 grand, and it's only at GoJermaine.com. And along with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started at GoJermaine.com.
There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Here's reason 17. In today's new world, many law firms have had money injected into their firms by Wall Street, private equity, and other lenders. This money usually comes in at very, very high interest rates. It's one of the reasons you see so many lawyers advertising. I'm John Morgan. This money is expensive and the interest compounds quickly. These law firms can have a huge need for cash just to pay that debt. Why does it matter to you? My fear is your case is settled early and for far less than it's worth, just to service the loan that has mafia-like rates. Our financial strength is your advantage. That plus our reputation makes our firm your firm. Visit forthepeople.com to see our results and verdicts. Morgan & Morgan. forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
It's Common Man and Timmy for our friends at Hollywood Casino.
Oh, it's a big month, Common Man.
Why?
Because there's lots of basketball to watch and lots of cash to win.
That's right. If you're watching hoops, you can reserve your spot at HollywoodColumbus.com. And some of the packages come with $300 in dining credits.
And this month you could win $1 million instantly. That's your final answer. Plus, there's multiple ways to score big cash prizes weekly.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hey, basketball.
Can't follow the Buckeyes to the tournament? Adam and Nicole hit the road for all the action.
Sponsored by Logan Services, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Keep it locked on 10 TV, 10 TV Plus, and your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctor's offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 4 windows and get 4 free plus an extra 10% off from windownation.com.
All right, Buckeyes get it going Thursday, 12:15, right here on The Fan. The Rothman and Ice Survive and Sabbatical continues, which is outstanding work by them. So we all get to enjoy Thursday watching the game. All right. Scotty, still 2.5?
Yep.
Buckeyes by 2.5. I saw it open up Bet365 at 3.5, or maybe it was bet up to 3.5 quickly. But you say it's settled in at 2.5?
Yes, it has. Yeah. And you know what? It's funny to me because TCU is a team that's one of the smallest teams in the country. And I think that benefits Ohio State because if you watch the biggest problem that Ohio State had against Michigan in the multiple losses they had, because they could stay with Michigan, but it was Mara in the paint.
He's a problem.
And Bruce is so good at getting into the paint and scoring that Mara, the shot blocker, was just
intimidated him.
A problem, right? And you're not going to have that with TCU, which I do appreciate. And the Big Ten has a lot of good centers, so getting out of that, I like.
I like it. I actually like Ohio State in what you'd call an athletic game, a game where now, if they're not taking care of the ball, if Mobley's turning it over, or we've seen Ohio State do some lazy perimeter passing. If that happens, then they could be in trouble in this game. But you're right. The matchup itself kind of fits them. There's not some big monster in the post that we have to worry about Tilly guarding. And I feel like that's an advantage for them.
Well, and we keep staring at that next game, right? And obviously the Buckeye players can't be looking at past TCU, but we're all staring at Duke. And just last segment, Dan Dakich said if Ohio State gets to play Duke, he's got that as a 50-50 game. And that blew my mind that he said that.
It's a little strong.
I'm somewhere more like 25%.
Who's guarding Boozer?
On that. Yeah, I know. Maybe
like Bynum?
Maybe Bynum.
Yeah, I mean, how do they keep him from... Now, maybe he could have a great game and they could still win it. But the Duke game is you throw everything, throw the kitchen sink at that game.
You just want the opportunity.
And hopefully that Mobley's on fire and that maybe you catch them in a weird game or get them into foul trouble or something. But
Duke
let's not talk about that game yet.
Just one more second on it.
Gene Hackman, let's focus on the rung in front of us.
Had some weird losses in the tournament in the past, right? And Ohio State's had success against Duke in the past. So it does give me a little confidence. But
TLC, what do you have from our boy Jake Diebler? By the way, his brother John Diebler, top of the hour. What do you have for Jake the Snake.
Here's him talking about sharing the moment of making the tournament specifically with Bruce Thornton.
You know, our name popped up there really fast, so I think it almost caught everybody a little off guard, but our guys were excited. Bruce and I, talked before the game. I'll let him kind of share his feelings when you guys get a chance to talk to him, but I think both of us, felt some nerves there a little bit, and this is something he and I have been talking about and working towards together for a long time. And, really, when you look at everybody on our roster, there's a lot of firsts right now. And I think that says a lot about just how far this team has come. And again, like Bruce will be able to tell you what he was feeling. I don't want to speak for him, but we were standing next to each other, and it was a big hug, when we saw our name pop up there for sure.
The beauty of winning round one is not just surviving and staying around. It's that Bruce gets the all-world matchup to either advance or end his career. Either way, it's got a heavyweight. That's a good feel to it. I know that maybe from a coaching standpoint, you wouldn't want that bracket but this is what happens when you're an 8 seed. And this is where they are. But I'm with you on it's house money. You get to that game, and Duke's had some injuries.
Well, and maybe the underrated thing for Ohio State coming into this season is the fact that they're finally all healthy, right? It feels like throughout the entire year they dealt with injuries, and especially down the stretch where it was like Royal was out against Michigan State, and then suddenly Tilly was out, and then you had Mobley out. And so finally now it looks like you have Brandon Knoll that played. We expect Chapman to be back for the tournament, but now it feels like everyone's healthy and you're all go.
This is the team he envisioned having. Pretty much. This is the one. When he was piecing it together this offseason, this is what he hoped he'd have, and he's having it at the perfect time. They took a number 1 seed to the wire again in Michigan, and they are a team that got a top 10 win over Purdue. They beat Iowa in the Big Ten tournament, a team that trashed them in Iowa City. And so I can't really bark back at it. Like, this is about as good as I could hope they'd be playing going in. The bad part is what you and I talked about, is that they're an 8. And they didn't play their way into a better seed this year.
Well, okay, but let's just think about the Big Ten tournament. So their first game, they played Iowa. Iowa ends up as a 9 seed in the tournament, and you won that game already. And then let's say, so Ohio State gets by TCU. That's a similar team to what you just beat in Iowa as far as seeding goes. And then you get to that second game, and Michigan is a 1 seed in the tournament. And if you get by that first game, you're looking at Duke, who's a 1 seed, and you took that Michigan team down to the final minute. So the confidence, we talk about the Blue Jackets and all the confidence they have right now. The confidence level for Ohio State to win this first game and maybe even make some noise has to be at an all-time high for this season based on how they played.
TLC, Junie Mobley was on Bishop and Friends. Let's get a peek into his mindset.
He was saying that Iowa was the turning point game for them.
After the Iowa game, we all was still in the locker room just talking, had a meeting, and, just all went around and say what we could have did better or what we're going to do next time because we know that's not us. And just carrying that over to the next game, in the next couple of games too. After Purdue, we could have easily went into Penn State, been lackadaisical, but, we went out with aggressiveness and carried that over to Indiana as well.
Well, they were in fight mode, though. If they would have laid an egg at Penn State, I actually would have questioned that more than most of anything that happened this season. Not because they couldn't have been gotten after Purdue because it was a big win and maybe people looked at it as a letdown, but just because you beat Purdue, you weren't locked in because you knew you had Indiana coming. So, I'm not going to tell him not to think that way, but I wasn't putting a whole lot into that. Well, here's Penn State, a trap game. Because if that became a trap game, then they were more weak-minded than I thought. When that becomes a trap game? If they were already cemented into the tournament, then I could have maybe bought it, but not at that point.
So crystal ball tomorrow, guys. So at about this time, there will be I don't know, we might be at the under 4 timeout, right? If the game's starting at noon, we're getting down to the final few minutes. How do we think this thing plays out? Because in my mind, I feel like Ohio State is going to be in control for most of the game. And then the way that Ohio State's season has trended, I feel like it's going to be hold on tight, hold on to your butts at the end of the type game. So I will not feel confident, even if they have like an 8 to 10 to 12-point lead with 6-8 minutes left. I won't feel confident until you get to the very end, because that's my biggest concern, is holding on to a lead.
I'm a little bit in that camp that nothing is safe with this team. But if you ask me right now, I could sign up for a 10-point lead with 4 minutes to go all day long. I'm taking that in this game, because this game is supposed to be a little more defense. TCU likes to hold teams under 70. When they do, they've been very successful. And if you're giving me a double-digit lead with 4 minutes to go and I've got to somehow nurse that to the finish line, I'm taking that over being down or in a tie game. Like, honestly, I think you'd sign up for that right now.
I like their momentum right now where it's at. The problem is that they've had 6 days off, so I wonder if everything kind of resets. And so that kind of leaves me not really knowing. I think it's going to be a really, really, really good game. And I think Buckeye fans definitely got to feel better about the way they've been playing than most stretches of the season, for sure.
They played 2 days in a row against pretty good teams, beat Iowa, took Michigan to the wire. I think the rest will do them good. I think
actually the way they played against Michigan was the most inspiring thing, even though they didn't win. Yeah. Like, you played a really good team and gave them as much as they could handle.
I mean, how high could they have played themselves? If they beat Michigan and lose the next one,
probably at best a 7, right? I mean, not a huge difference. My biggest concern is what Junie was talking about, is these guys don't have any tournament experience. You have a coach that's never coached in a tournament, and players, the entire team, nobody's played in the tournament. That makes me nervous.
Scott, you shouldn't be nervous at all, for one reason and one reason only. Junie told you not to be nervous.
Ohio State going to the NCAA tournament now?
Got to, and we're going to make a run, too. Promise that.
I mean, he told you.
All right. Now I'm confident.
The brother of the head coach, the all-sniper guy, and one of the great shooters, maybe the best shooter in the history of Ohio State basketball, John Diebler. Up next, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah? The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Columbus, it's time to gear up. The Open Season Sportsman's Expo, presented by Progressive and Can-Am, returns this Friday through Sunday at the Ohio Expo Center. Bring the family to see Twiggy the water skiing squirrel. Shop hundreds of exhibitors and get hands-on with the latest hunting gear, equipment, outfitters, and land management. Learn from expert seminar speakers and bring your buck for the Trophy Deer Contest with more ways to win big. Fueled by Toyota, the official truck, and Tacticam, the official cell camera of the Open Season Sportsman's Expo. Get discounted tickets now at OpenSeasonSportsman'sExpo.com.
Common Man here for Weedman. I talk to you about Weedman every year. Why? Simple. Number 1, I use it. Number 2, it works. You want to get those lawn roots thick, baby, because when that happens, they resist weeds, disease, and insects, and they're using top-of-the-line stuff. We're talking golf course quality. Weedman is locally owned and operated by Corbin and Audrey. They will take care of you. Proudly serving Central Ohio and our Dayton friends. Call your local office, 614-733-3747, weedman.com.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom.
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a cybersecurity engineer at a publicly traded company.
We've been hacked! They're through our firewall!
How is that even possible?
They got my password.
Please don't tell me your password was password.
It's actually password 1.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinder Motor Company.
This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters, while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
The sports book at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be for all the basketball action. Watch every game at once on 2 video walls spanning 50 feet, plus over 30 TVs. Come show off your jump shot in our King of the Court drawings and take home memorabilia from a Cleveland basketball legend. We've also got unbeatable game day food and drinks all season long. Guarantee your spot. Reserve a table with up to $300 in dining credits at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hey, it's Anthony, and I've got my own good feet story. I fought plantar fasciitis for a while. That's that horrible heel pain that seems to come out of nowhere. And not being on my feet was not ever going to be an option for me. I did all the home remedies, rolling the tennis ball under my feet. And the relief never really stuck until I went to the Good Feet store, where I was personally fitted with Good Feet arch supports based on my feet and arch size and the goals I have for my lifestyle. As soon as I popped them in my shoes, I could feel the difference. And now every day, my feet feel good. My knees, my hips, my back, they all feel supported and so much better aligned. I've complained about my back for years, but guess what? Nobody's heard me talk like that in a long time. These are a game changer for me every day. They're in my shoes to work out, to go to work, and soon in my golf shoes. The journey to feeling my pain go away has been nothing short of awesome, and just feeling the support I get puts me in a great mood. So stop in either at their store in Grove City or on Polaris Parkway in Westerville, or get started right now at goodfeet.com.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here. You know High Bank for their award-winning spirits, but the food deserves just as much love. Enjoy happy hour with friends, brunch with family, and dinner that never misses. Make your reservation today at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Hey, folks, it's Austin Ward here. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so I'd like to thank Berm for seeing me lose 50 pounds with Awaken 180 and deciding to copy off my paper. It's no secret, the program works. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. NCAA First Four continues tonight as Prairie View A&M and Lehigh clash at 6:40, followed by Miami, Ohio, and SMU at 9:15. Tomorrow, Ohio State kicks off the first round of the tourney against TCU. Coverage on the Fan starts at 11:15, tip-off at 12:15. More tourney news, Louisville will be without star freshman Michael Brown for tomorrow's first-round game against USF, his status after unknown. Top seed Duke will likely miss big man Patrick Kamba for its first-round game against Siena. Women's college hoops, Ohio State's Jelani Cambridge was named a second-team AP All-American. Cambridge and the 3-seed Buckeyes face 14-seed Howard in the NCAA first round Saturday at 11:30 from the Schottenstein Center. This update sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Voted best credit union for the past 8 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
All right, back at it, final hour of the program, and we tip it off with a legend and probably the best pure shooter in Ohio State history. And they've had some dudes, but no one's getting past 374 career three-pointers. Not at this program. And we knew it from the start because he was Mr. Ohio basketball, and he was dropping high 70s in a high school game and probably still owns many state records. And he has found his way to Indianapolis as an assistant coach for his old coach, Thad Matta, who just retired. So what great timing to start the big dance. And his brother's the head coach who just cracked the seal on the drought. And so there's the intro. He is our guy, John Diebler. Deebs, it's good to have you back, my man. How you feeling?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
Thank you. This has got to be a cool thing for you, and I know that you're close to the program. You get it here, and just getting in never seems to be good enough for anybody. But I think it was important to take this step, and as I said, crack the seal. And your brother had to kind of piecemeal this roster together with injuries and find the right combination in the portal and all that. And he's such a young coach, learning on the fly. Give me your feeling right now on when you saw them beat Purdue and then have to cement that and play their way in. And now that they're in, how do you feel as a brother and a family member?
Oh, I'm incredibly happy for Jake, and incredibly happy for the program. I think, what they did the last couple weeks of the season, and obviously I'm follow from afar, but definitely tuned into everything that's going on. What they were able to do is pretty incredible, and you guys know this, and when you go into tournament play, postseason play, whatever it is, it's about playing well at the right time. And I think their team is hitting their stride. Obviously, they're healthy, and happy for Bruce, a guy who's been at Ohio State for 4 years, and someone myself who's been there for 4 years, the relationships, the people, the university, all of that. You kind of feel for those guys, and you're happy for them, happy to get in the dance, and but the job's not done, man. They gotta hopefully get this first one, and one game at a time.
And John, in 2009, you played in your first ever NCAA tournament. You guys were also in the 8-9 game. Talk to me about the mindset of playing in your first tournament, because if you look up and down this entire Ohio State team, there's no NCAA tournament experience. And Jake obviously hasn't been a head coach in the tournament. So talk to us about that first ever tournament game that you had in 2009 and kind of the nerves going in and how it feels to play in the tournament.
It's an unreal feeling. I think something that is, as basketball players, you grow up watching March Madness. You watch, the highlights of the games, all of it. You envision yourself playing in the tournament. And my sophomore year, when we played at Dayton, we played Siena. And ironically, I've gotten to know the McCaffreys pretty well here the last couple of years, so I get to hear about that game quite often. But thank you guys for bringing that up again, by the way. But but no, it's one of those where you just kind of take in the moment. You want to take in the moment of being in the tournament, but also being lost in the game and focusing on the task at hand. And I think for Jake, I know him pretty well, and I think he'll have his guys ready to play. And the one thing you can't do is look past the first game. You focus on one game every possession, and worry about the next opponent if you're able to win that first game, and go from there.
Your brother has a really good confidence about him. I think it's pretty measured. I think he doesn't come off arrogant, but he doesn't back down. Well, we've had him on the program several times. We took the show to training camp this year. He was excited about this roster. Do you feel like, and I'm not asking you because you probably don't know the exact ins and outs of this team, but this is probably what he envisioned, right? He's got his front court healthy again, and he tried to piece it together around a good core that was coming back. Do you think that he believes this is exactly what he envisioned having going into March?
Yeah, I think so. I think, again, the first thing is health, right? Like, obviously every coach, every program would love a healthy team. It's something that we kind of battled through at Butler this year, lost our starting point guard, and it hurts. And I think injuries are part of the game. And as you navigate those throughout the course of a season, the goal is to hit your stride from a playing standpoint at the end of the season and be healthy at the end of the season. And luckily for them, they're able to do that. And I think Jake is, he's obviously, like you said, he's a confident guy and confident in his ability, confident in his team. And I think you're kind of seeing the fruits of the team that everyone kind of envisioned at the beginning of the year. You're kind of seeing the fruits of that labor come to fruition now. So I think they're ready to go. I'm excited to watch the game. And obviously, best time of year is right now. So Jake's going to have his guys ready to play that staff. Well, he's got a great staff, and they'll be locked in.
How do you feel this is a pretty pressure job, right? He's the first Ohioan to be the head coach of this program in 35 years, and he was expected to turn it around fairly quickly. Getting in the tournament versus advancing, how big of a step for this program do you think just breaking the drought is versus what you say, which is the job isn't done yet?
Yeah, and I told him, I said, hey, man, don't mess it up. We built a lot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. No, it's obviously I love that place. Love the program. I was very blessed and fortunate to have played there for 4 years and to be a part of, some of the more successful years in Ohio State history. Obviously playing for Coach Mata, he's the best, his family, and what he did there in the time that he was there is pretty remarkable. And I think Jake is aware of it. That's why I think Jake's perfect for that place. He's aware, he knows what the tradition is, he knows the history of the program, he knows what it's about. And I can be honest with you, for Jake, making the tournament is not good enough. Like, he knows the success we've had, and I think he's aware of it. And obviously this is a step in the right direction. And, his goal is not to just, we're going to make the tournament. Yay. No, he wants to make a run. He wants that to be a mainstay, just like it was when Thad was the coach.
So Thad Matta, obviously you played for him. You coached with him. He's loved in Columbus for everything that he's accomplished. Me, as a huge Hoops fan, I love just checking in on him at Butler after Ohio State. Talk to us a little bit about maybe a couple Thad Matta stories that we don't necessarily know or that haven't been told yet, because you've been around him so much, and he's such a great guy. We need a couple Thad stories.
Oh, geez. The coaches... It's funny because he's coached the last 4 years just like he coached the teams when I was playing for him. And so it's unique to, like, some of the terminology that he'd use as when I was, a player, and I'm like, what is this guy talking about? Like, he'd use all these sayings, and now to be able to coach with him for the last 4 years and kind of be in the meetings. And I'm like, man, like, it all kind of like hits you. You just start remembering everything that he would say to me when I was, sitting in chairs with Evan Turner and Leidy and Will and Dallas and Kraft and Sully. And we're just like, man, like, this guy is so genuine, and how he coaches now is how he coached back then. I mean, remember when we're in college and we'll be in a serious film session and he'll quote Old School, the movie, like the Will Ferrell movie. And I think like only Titus and I would be the guys that would like start laughing. And Titus like, oh, he's quoting Old School. And I'm like, what? Like, we're watching film here. But he's incredible, man. Like, I love that guy. I'm happy for him. He's probably landing in vacation right about now, I would guess. But he's the best. He's coaches the same now as he did, when he was at Ohio State. He's you guys said it. He's so loved in Columbus. He's loved here at Butler and Indy. And quite frankly, like, he's loved in this profession from coaches around the nation. Like, the people that have reached out to him and the impact that he's had on our guys here at Butler is very similar to what happened at Ohio State.
John Diebler with us, legendary Buckeye sharpshooter here on the program on Rothman and Ice. So, I mean, it kind of came to a surprise to most of us that, we know, listen, he's battled a lot of stuff over the years, but that come as a surprise to you that he was retiring right now? And kind of just two-pronged, do you feel like you'd like to be considered a candidate?
I mean, that's everyone's dream, to be a head coach, and mine is no different. But honestly, it's been a whirlwind of a couple days. Like, it's a mix of emotions. We're still all trying to navigate it here, but like, I'm so happy for Thad, man. I'm so happy for him, for Barb, for Allie, for Emily. Just to be able to be around them the last 4 years, and Coach is still going to be around here, and they're family. It goes beyond playing for him and coaching with them. Like, my wife babysat Allie and Emily when they were kids, so I mean, Miss Emily's going to babysit my kids, I think tomorrow. So it's kind of a full circle moment. But I love the Matas, and my family loves them, and I know Jake feels the same way. So that's the goal eventually. But honestly, I'm just taking it day by day, and I love this place. Butler's incredible, man. It's a special place, great university, great people around here, and I'm just excited to be here.
So, John, I got to ask you, if it's a 3-point contest, you versus Jake, 100 threes on the line, how many are you making? How many is Jake making?
Jake has no shot, first of all. And this is I'm not exaggerating this, because I still get out and play. I still get out and play quite a bit with our guys, and I'm not that old, but we have this like shooting charts in our office where we have different shooting drills on the board, and one of them is 100 threes. Shoot 5 threes, 5 spots, 4 rounds. And I did this probably, 3 months ago, some point during the season. I did it after practice, had a manager rebound for me, 1 ball, 1 rebounder, and I made 95.
Oh, my. 95.
So Jake has no shot.
0.
And
It's over before it even starts. Do you remember the Thad Matta old school quote or no? Or can you even say it on the radio?
I can't remember. It was like because he loves movies, loves music, and he's a big Will Ferrell fan. So I think it was the part where he was talking to our guys, and when Will Ferrell's talking about go to Home Depot, I don't know if we'll have enough time.
Okay. Bed Bath and Beyond got a busy little Saturday planned.
I don't know if we'll have enough time. And he looked at us, and he started smiling, and Titus and I were like, old school. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, you guys don't get it. But he still does that. He did that with our guys here. He's the best, man. He loves his job and loves being around the guys, and it's definitely poured into our guys in the 4 years we've been here.
Did he ever get really, really pissed at you guys, though? Was he ever really angry, genuinely angry, where you saw a guy that you didn't really recognize?
Oh, yeah, he's got mad at us. I mean, my freshman year when we lost to Finley in an exhibition game, we had practice at 7 a.m. the next day.
Okay.
So, but he gets after it. He knows what buttons to push and what to get guys to play harder, and that's what makes him the best, man.
Dude, this was really nice of you. I know your family's going to be wrapped around that TV. And wait, are you going or no?
No, I'm not going.
Okay.
I'm not going. I wish.
What if they play Duke?
I would love to. Might have to. When would that be? Saturday?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We might have to make a trip to Greensville, South Carolina. Yeah. I don't know.
You're the best. Thanks for jumping on, man. We hope to continue to talk with you. Good luck, John. Thank you.
No, I appreciate you guys for having me.
That's our guy, John Diebler, legendary Buckeye sharpshooter. His brother Jake leading the Buckeyes back to the big dance. We'll come back with an over-under when it comes to Buckeye football. We'll debate that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Hothead Burritos' new Abrazo fish taco is in season. Wild-caught Alaskan pollock, creamy queso, zesty Southwest sauce, and cool avocado lime. Catch your new Abrazo fish taco now for a limited time at Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If your garage floor has stains, cracks, or even the dreaded bad epoxy job, maybe one you tried to do yourself, maybe one you paid for and it didn't work out, it can make your entire garage look bad. Let's be honest about it. And maybe those botched garage floor coatings that you've had in the past have put you off of ever getting it fixed. Well, my friends, let me tell you, the people at Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings want you to know there is a fix out there. They can make your garage floor gleaming, glistening, look like a new car showroom. You call Comer & Cross at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they will come out with their pros, no subcontractors, and install a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in just 1 day. Yeah, this floor is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or even show tire lift like epoxy or paint can. Never going to have that problem with Comer & Cross. Call them today, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. It's that easy. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or you go to comercross.com. That's C-O-M-E-R cross.com. Get a new garage floor with Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings today.
Camping World is now open in Sunbury. The celebration starts now, and you're invited. Join us from March 19th to the 22nd for our grand opening block party with special pricing on a huge selection of new and used RVs. Enjoy free food, fun on-site activities, and exciting giveaways. Plus, enter for a chance to win a brand new RV. As part of America's #1 RV network, Camping World brings you more value and more ways to enjoy life on the road. Don't miss the grand opening block party at Camping World in Sunbury. We'll see you there.
Matty Ice here, ready to run toward incredible savings. Get set for the 37th Annual Marathon Mania at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, March 20th and the 21st only. Select new and used vehicles are priced at invoice, but that's not all. Every hour they slash prices even more, taking an additional $50 off. They're also staying open later and giving you more time to score the deal of a lifetime. And don't miss offers like $12,000 off MSRP on the 26 Silverado 1500 for qualified buyers. McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
With all that can go wrong in your home, it's enough to make you say, oh, brother. With Brothers Roofing and Construction, one call covers it all. Roofing, siding, rotting decks, bad chimneys. We take care of it all. And we do it right the first time.
Like a rite of spring, Tee to Green begins Masters Week. Hosted by Skip Mossick, Lifetime Achievement Award winner by the Southern Ohio PGA. It adds a touch of class to the radio station.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
We want Switchnell, Ohio students to have all the skills they need to graduate and be successful. But even though we have a great career tech center, it was hard to convince industry professionals to come teach here because public schools usually can't compete with what private sector jobs can offer. Recently, our local association reached an agreement with the district that allows us to attract great industry professionals to bring their knowledge and experience right into our classrooms. My name is Neil Ritchie, and I'm a proud Switchnell, Ohio Education Association member because strong unions make strong public schools for our students.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Slight chance of snow showers this afternoon, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the 40s, but with gusty winds, it'll feel colder than that. Mostly cloudy skies tonight with lows in the 30s, and then for Thursday, chances of rain showers in the afternoon, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the mid to low 50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tybus are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Leads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Oh, you're the perfect host to have for this story.
Oh, thank you.
Because I believe that this is a narrative that gets thrown out there a lot, and it's incorrect. And it's incorrect for one reason and one reason only. That when people talk about overs and unders, they're not factoring in the juice.
You got to talk about the juice.
You like it, a juice? The juice is good, yeah? You got to talk about it. Because Ohio State's over-under on their win total this year for football was put out at 9.5. And everyone lost their you-know-what. It's a gauntlet. And what they failed to realize was that if you take the over on 9.5, it's like minus 160. 160. Yep. So when people are like, oh, how could Las Vegas disrespect Ohio State by giving them only a 9.5 win total? It's because they're trying to get money on both sides. And if you're going to take the over, you have to pay the freight. And it's a big tax to pay. You have to lay 160 to win 100. Now, it's still what a lot of people look at as good value because Ohio State's a very good football team. But they're doing it because of who they play and where they play them. And then they're setting up the VIG that you have to pay to make that bet. So when the average person hears 9.5, they instantly say, wow, how disrespectful could they do this? And Las Vegas has no personal feel in this. They're just trying to win money.
It's a little bit of a trick that they play. To put out the 9.5, the first initial reaction is, oh, I am betting the over on that.
That's right. Well, and then step right up.
Then you go and you put that 100 in, and you're like, oh,
I'm only getting 60 back.
Wow. I'm putting down 100 to only win 60. Yeah. This isn't the bet that I thought I was making.
That's right.
You're right. The headlines are, oh my gosh, Ohio State's over-under is set at 9.5. That's crazy. Considering since 2004, the only season where they didn't have more than 9.5 regular season wins was that weird 2011 season, right? Where you had Fickle come in and was the interim coach. That's the only time since 2004 that they haven't gone over that 9.5. But you're right. You got to pay attention. because the minus 160, you're not getting nearly even money. So,
like I said, you may look at it still as good value, and then Ohio State could win 10 games. It will win 10 games in the regular season and only lose 2. And if you really want to set it up with their schedule, to win the over bet on this, they really have to only win one of their 50-50 games. Really. Because Ball State, Kent State, Illinois at home, Iowa, tough on the road. I won't put that as a 50-50 game. Maryland. So let's say Ball State, Kent State, Illinois, Iowa, Maryland, Northwestern, Nebraska.
So that's 7 locks.
So that's
Iowa's a little dicey.
That's right.
Sound like 7 50-50s to me.
Those?
Yeah, Ball State.
Yeah, the ramp-up game.
Yeah.
So the point here is if we get to 7 there, all right, let's find 3 more that you feel really confident about or somewhat confident about. I think the Indiana game, I wouldn't go crazy on that, but I would tell you this. There's probably a mini hangover coming for the Hoosiers. Not that they're going to be bad. They'll probably still be very good. But I would look out from people thinking, oh, wow, going to Bloomington. Like, I think there could be a mini hangover there. Brand new quarterback, all that.
With you. Yep.
And then the other game is, how good is USC going to be? And then Oregon, at least you get them here. Now, I know Oregon came here and beat Ohio State in a game that I was at that didn't seem like it felt like it was going a weird way, and then it was like, wait a minute, crowd, you better wake up. And then the Michigan game is here. So I'm telling you, I would absolutely still bet the over. My whole point in telling you all of this is that don't just look at the 9.5 and say Vegas has lost their mind.
Yeah.
They're forcing you to pay a big tax to bet the over.
Absolutely. And guess what? Probably the number one headline that came out when they released all of these season totals, the number one headline that came out that everybody went to was that Ohio State's was set at 9.5. And so they got the attention. They got you to go look at it. And then they made you pay attention that you're paying minus 160 for it. So they will also set a line here eventually that's 10.5 that will probably be close to even money.
That's right.
But they set it at 9.5 to get the attention, and they got it.
They did. All right. Are you a trend guy when it comes to betting? Do you lean into trends?
Not really. Not usually.
Yeah, they don't pay the rent, as you know.
Nope.
But there is one that goes against all the experts this year, or most of the experts. And all the pre-shows I watched, Arizona is their darling. I would say, in fact, if you look at the brackets in ESPN, it's like 30-some-odd% of Arizona winning it all. And a lot of the experts picked Arizona. So since 1998, no team has won the NCAA tournament in the western half of the United States.
That's crazy. It's a crazy stat.
It's 26 years. Now,
it was Arizona was the last to do it, right? Or was it
in 98? Would that have been the Bibby team? I don't even know.
I feel like that was like right. Michael Dickerson and Bibby and Miles Simon. Yeah. That sounds right.
So I'm asking you.
I don't buy that.
Does that
trend doesn't mean anything to me.
You get a little knee-jerk reaction on it, like, oh, that's.
It is. It is eye-popping because it's been so long.
Yeah.
But
28 straight years.
That doesn't matter at all towards this year, right? I mean, as far as that trend goes.
The only reason I bring it up is because everyone's darling is from the western half.
Yeah. Is
Arizona.
That your pick to win it all? Because I like Arizona. I still have Florida. I think defending champ. Mm-hmm. I like their route. I like the value. I have Florida winning it all.
I'd like to say that Arizona could very much do this. They've just burned me so much, and that's a stupid way to think too, because this team has nothing to do with the other teams.
But coaching does a little bit.
We'll do our picks in a couple minutes. Arizona has the second most quad one wins this year. Michigan is right there, and so is Duke. And your Florida team has 11 quad one wins. The funny sleeper, and they're not even a sleeper, is Michigan State.
I don't like Michigan State.
They have 9 quad one wins this year.
I don't like Michigan State just on eye test. Watching Ohio State play there and they were without Devin Royal, and watching that team and Fear's kind of a head case a little bit with the issues that he's had. I don't love Michigan State. I think if you're looking at value of a team that's kind of being forgotten about, is a coach that's won 2 national championships very recently, and people forget about him.
I
It's
know what you're going
UConn.
to say. Yeah, UConn. Even though they're not playing well, but I like them too. They're a tooth, and they're in Duke's region and Ohio State and St. John's and Kansas. And that's the funny part is everybody said that Duke's an overall number 1, but their region is probably the most upset worthy region. Like if you're going to take a number 1 to go down, it feels like Duke is the region, and nobody wants to do that because they had 15 quad 1s this year.
I don't think there's a sport anymore where I look at coaching mismatches more than college basketball, because you and I were talking about Houston and Illinois, and I love Calvin Sampson, and I think Brad Underwood is not making a run.
You mean with Brendan Gleeson,
right? With Illinois, but is there a sport out there that you're like, gosh, the coaching mismatch is so huge? I feel like that in the tournament, and I like Dan Hurley a lot.
It should be in football. Football should be the number 1 if you have a coaching mismatch because they're calling plays. Like hockey, they're not calling plays, and baseball, they're not calling plays. They're making pitching decisions and hit and runs and all that. But
you have a big football coaching staff. You have a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, head coach, all that.
And for the longest time, the head coach in basketball was such a big tiebreaker, especially in college. We'll come back in 2 minutes with a couple sleepers and our final 4 picks, Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Working your way through that home projects list, more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Call the Waterworks, trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Take your shot to save at Great Lakes Hyundai. Shoot the hoop to get extra savings on your new car purchase. On top of big shot savings like 0% financing on 26 Hyundai Santa Fe's and Tucson's for up to 5 years. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. It's the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With proof credit, some customers may not qualify. Interest accrues during no payment period. New Hyundais come equipped with owner assurance and America's Best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Offer ends 3/31.
Spring is hatching at the Columbus Zoo. Join us April 3rd and 4th for Eggs, Paws, and Claws. Snap a pic with the Easter Bunny, meet Egbert, roll into Shelley's Celebration, and crack the clues in the Explore and Find. It's 2 extra fun days you won't want to miss. Get your discounted tickets at Kroger.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, what are we wearing?
Lie detectors. Anytime a lie is detected, we get a little shock.
All right, let's try them. So, Pella was rated by homeowners as the leading window brand here in Columbus.
Nothing? Okay. Well, our windows can change the look of your home. Ow. This thing sometimes shocks you when you tell the truth. Ouch. It's okay. I'm having fun.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
When you saw your heating bills this winter, did you think this is out of control? The problem is your house is leaking money, and the only thing higher than your heating bills are your cooling bills. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us fix your energy bill problem for good. If you aren't foam insulated, you really aren't insulated. For $99 a month, interest-free, we'll foam your home and help cut those energy bills. 529-2440 or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The perfect ratio of sports talk, dogs, pro wrestling, and gambling advice.
It's science.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
No advice here. Blindfold yourself and pick the games. I know it's no fun if you don't pick upsets, but it depends on whether you really want to win your pool and stick around. And so I'm that guy. I like to not try to find the needle in the haystack. Because even if I pick one upset and it comes through, that doesn't mean you're going to win. And if you pick one really big upset and it doesn't happen, it's over for you.
That's boring, though. Come on, Anthony.
No, it is boring. I'm not saying it's not boring. I'm just saying that it's difficult to do. Most of us who watch a lot of basketball have a tough time picking upsets only because on paper, they don't look like upsets to me. But I love the way this tournament sets up. And some of the brackets are pretty amazing here. And you and I were looking at our region with Ohio State and the fact that Duke's in there. Kansas can't be trusted. St. John's is right there. I like them. And Sparty, who you don't trust, ironically, and everyone else will, because Sparty does that in the tournament. No matter who they are and what they are, Izzo finds a way in March to get his team to refocus, and they have a certain confidence. I don't know if it's a branding thing with their program, and he gets them to play looser and better in the tournament. Probably because he tests them so often early in the season. He exploits his own weaknesses of his team on purpose, and it's worked for him for so many years. But you're not into Sparty right now.
No,
as a 3 seed in the East.
I will say though, because I've got 3 double-digit seeds winning in the first round, and one of them is right next to Michigan State. I've got South Florida beating Louisville. I think that's one. That's an 11 over a 6 that I have. I have VCU beating North Carolina. That's another upset that I have 11 over 6, and then I've got Akron. And Akron, I don't know how many people watched that MAC championship game, but that was a spectacular game where they took on Toledo. It was in Cleveland, and it was back and forth. And they're playing a Texas Tech team that's a little bit banged up. So I love the matchup for Akron. I think they could pull off the upset for sure. And John Gross is a really good tournament coach.
Former Buckeye assistant.
Yeah.
They probably had a better body of work than Miami did.
Probably.
Akron did.
I'm not even sure that's in question.
Miami, you better win tonight. And they're an underdog.
I don't think they're winning tonight.
It doesn't feel like they are, but it feels like that there should be pressure on them. You can't lay an egg in your conference tournament after going undefeated and then lay an egg in, because they're the ones that were like, everybody, got to let them in. And I'm okay, 31-0, that's fine. It's great. But their schedule strength was awful. And, boy, would that be a gut punch if they lost their last 2 games and just whimpered out of this thing.
Well, not only that, but they're playing this in Dayton, right? So that was
another
kind of
massive advantage.
What we wanted to see, though. We, for the last couple weeks, all the talk about Miami and all that stuff and their undefeated record, we wanted this. And so it's more of a storyline. I'm so glad that they got in, because they are an interesting storyline. And that's what the first couple days of the NCAA tournament's all about is a storyline. So Miami's not going to matter once we get to the weekend. They might not even matter after tonight. But I am excited to watch them play against a legit team, because it's the first legit team other than Akron that they're going to play all year.
I'm starting to believe that Santa Clara will beat Kentucky.
Ooh-wee. That's your double-digit upset?
It feels like that Kentucky has been one of those very hit-and-miss teams. And Santa Clara has the height and the talent, and they're a team that I would not look past. That's a tough one for them. Where is that game, by the way?
That's the 7-10 matchup in the in the Midwest. So bottom right of your bracket there. But
St. Louis.
I could get behind that one. The other kind of upset one, there's been a lot of weird stories about Arkansas and Alabama, those 2 SEC teams dealing with some stuff going on. So how about Hawaii and the style of defense that they play as the 13 against Arkansas, and then the other one, Alabama, with the issues that they've got going on there, playing Hofstra? That might be one where you're looking at, and we might see Akron versus Hofstra in the second round.
Most people like Arkansas because of their freshmen. That Acuff is that good.
Oh, I know.
He's the one, you might be drafting him tonight in your player pool at some point early. Hawaii's got to screw that game up. They've got to, what I mean by that is they've got to really muck that thing up. They've got to just reduce that thing to an ugly, ugly affair. What was the other one you said? Hofstra?
Yeah, Hofstra and Alabama, because Alabama's dealing with one of their top players having a little marijuana problem there with so I'm not even sure. Cole, is he out? I assume he's out for the tournament.
I don't know, but I've seen the story, so that definitely seems like something that could get in the way of that.
Yeah.
I thought he had been definitely removed.
Yeah. So who's your pick?
I believe it.
Let's get the final 4 picks. We've been putting this off. Who's your final 4 picks?
I'm not going to be the guy that takes Duke out. I'm not going to do it. I know I should be, but if they get Gongba back, and now they're going to get Ohio State. If Ohio State wins, they're going to have Duke's full attention. And I think that's good for a team like Duke to feel like they can't look at their bracket and just feel like they're going to walk to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. So I am going to have Duke in the East. Part of me wanted to take UConn. I think you talked me off that ledge a little bit on how they'd been playing. but I'm going to take Duke. I just think that their resume, the coaching, and like I said, I don't think they're going to look past anybody. I don't think they can really afford to. And so I am going to take them in the East. Who do you have in the East?
Yep. Look, I've got to go Duke as well. If I could be talked into UConn just because I think the best coach in the country is Dan Hurley.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stick chalk and go Duke. And then I'm going to go Florida because I have Florida winning it all. So obviously I have them winning the South.
So the thing about the South, and I've debated this, whether this is a distraction or a motivation, and you guys can help me with this. I feel like Houston in Houston is going to be a major advantage as long as they don't put their minds that they're there already. I just think trying to take them out in Houston.
So you're saying if they get there,
if
they got it.
Yeah, if they get to the Elite Eight and they're playing in Houston against his Florida Gators, I think it's a massive advantage.
I love Kelvin Sampson, so hard over head would have me picking, and did pick Houston out of that region,
All right.
but I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so you're going with Florida. I'll go with
I'm
Houston.
going with Florida, but I mean, it is ridiculous that basically a 1 seed Florida would have to go play at the same city as the 2.
That's right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. All right, West. You going to ride with the crowd with Arizona?
Yeah, it's such a boring pick.
You're not going to take Purdue. I know they've found themselves now, but I don't. Is that enough to refocus them, to trust them?
I like the path for Purdue. I just don't. Yeah, I'm boring. I'm going Arizona as well.
Or I thought maybe you'd have that Wisconsin team taking them out. You were thinking about it.
I do like Wisconsin.
Yep. I'm not picking Arizona to win it all, but I am going to take Arizona to get to the Final Four. And then in the Midwest, this will be through Chicago.
I'm going Iowa State.
Okay, I have Iowa State getting to the Elite Eight and then losing to Michigan. Yeah, I'm not going past that. Your final? I'm going old school. Michigan Duke. It's like it's like the old Fab Five, it feels that way. And
my final is going to be Duke and Florida and Arizona, and then Florida winning it.
It's a tough call, but I think Michigan right now I think that loss is going to do them wonders.
See, and that's how I feel about Florida. I like that Florida lost early in the conference tournament. I think Michigan still is banged up, backup point guard out for the year. He's done. They just went through 3 games in 3 days. They've had a lot of close games. I'll take Florida.
Yeah. All right. TLC, who's your champ?
Again, hard over head. I like Kelvin Sampson a lot, so I'm going with Houston, and I have them over Michigan as of now. I got some adjustments to make, though. I got way too chalky with it.
I know.
I don't want to go too far.
Getting chalky with it.
Last year, I got burned so badly trying to go for broke. And so with now all these teams, like the mid-majors are hurt so badly by the transfer portal and NIL and all that stuff. And so I can't make it too bad, but right now I'm from the Jay Williams school of 1s versus 2s in the Elite Eight, and that can't be.
Yeah, it is boring to do. That's why I like all these other contests for March Madness, because filling out the bracket, it feels like you end up with 1s and 2s, and it's just kind of a boring way to do it. Cole, do you have a double-digit seed pulling off an upset in the first round at all?
It usually goes that these first 4 games, one of them usually advances past the first round, so I like Texas. So I'm going to have them, because BYU's been playing. They got BYU in the first round, right? Or I guess now in the round of 64. So I'll have Texas over BYU.
We couldn't get you to the Billikens because they're in 9, right?
Yeah, otherwise I would. I got them there, but losing in the second round.
All right, we're going to come back with Tell the Truth, and we'll try to predict who Scotty's drafting in his player pool tonight. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Let me tell you one of the reasons I think we became the largest injury firm in the world, and it's not even close. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My wife and I had a plan early on. In our firm, our lawyers only work on certain types of cases. Our products liability and dangerous drug lawyers only work on those cases. Same for car crashes, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, and insurance disputes. Our thinking is for these lawyers to focus on one area of the law and live it and breathe it. Power comes from knowledge. Many lawyers do everything, jack of all trades. Not us. and we don't charge an hourly rate. You only pay us if we win. If you want to hire us, it's easy. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone, pound 529, or visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer from the comfort of your own home. Let us get to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
The Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be for all the basketball action. Watch every game at once on 2 video walls spanning 50 feet, plus over 30 TVs. Come show off your jump shot in our King of the Court drawings and take home memorabilia from a Cleveland basketball legend. We've also got unbeatable game day food and drinks all season long. Guarantee your spot. Reserve a table with up to $300 in dining credits at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Camping World is now open in Sunbury. The celebration starts now, and you're invited. Join us from March 19th to the 22nd for our grand opening block party with special pricing on a huge selection of new and used RVs. Enjoy free food, fun on-site activities, and exciting giveaways. Plus, enter for a chance to win a brand new RV. As part of America's #1 RV network, Camping World brings you more value and more ways to enjoy life on the road. Don't miss the grand opening block party at Camping World in Sunbury. We'll see you there.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
The Buckeyes are back in the tournament. Catch the Bucks and TCU live from South Carolina.
The tip comes your way Thursday at 12:15.
Watch on 10 TV, listen on The Fan. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hi, Dave.
Your people were at my house yesterday.
Are you happy they came?
I never realized how much that junk was bothering me until it was gone.
We love to give people that clean, happy feeling, Dave. Thanks for calling.
I feel great. Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
When your wonderful people were about to drive away, I looked at my wife and said, that was love with its sleeves rolled up.
Did your wife agree?
Absolutely.
Dave, you made my day.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
It's never a bad time to fire up the grill. At Billiards Plus, the grilling season never ends. While you're grill shopping, you'll love browsing Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Crosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, let's see if we can predict who Scotty's going to take in his player pool tonight. You are drafting where?
Number 2.
He's drafting number 2. So now that he's giving out his picks, TLC, we have to decide whether he's going to mental hedge this and take a player on a team that he didn't pick, which would make sense. He's got to lean into a player he took. So my guess is he's going to take Thomas Hawk of Florida because I think Lendenberg would be a guy that maybe he would normally take if he liked Michigan more.
Yeah.
The Arizona guys,
Koa Pete,
Burries, and Bradley, that means he'd have to pick one. I don't think he'd like that choice to make of which Arizona guy to take.
Cam Boozer's probably going number 1.
Yeah, he's definitely
Boozer
one.
Go number. He could take Condon is another kid for Florida who I like. He's not going to take Morris. He's not going to take another Michigan guy. He won't take a guy off Houston. So you're going to lean in, go all in, chips in the middle on Thomas Hawk.
I think so. I think that's the way I'm going. If there is going to be one little potential sneaky pick out of me,
give me the team.
Arkansas. That gives it away.
Acuff.
Oh, Acuff Jr.
Yeah. I mean, because he gets 25 a game over the last several games. So that's what I do. I like to look at their last 5 games, really dive in, and he's been incredible.
All right, I'll tell you. I'll give
so
you
if he gets 3 games.
So I'm going to give you the example of that you may like. And I got to find out what seed they were, I believe, in the 2017 NCAA tournament. I think it was 2017. And it was Oklahoma.
Yep. Buddy Hield?
Yep. Buddy Hield went crazy. But he was the number 1 pick.
No,
in our player pool.
It wasn't. No, that's not who I was thinking about.
Blake Griffin, 2008.
I'm drawing a blank now. Didn't Trae Young play it?
Oh,
he was Oklahoma, yeah. And he was,
okay.
You're right.
So I need to find out.
One and done, though. He was a 7-10. They were Oklahoma was a 7. Rhode Island was a 10.
One and done. Did he lose in the first round?
Yeah. It was a 7-10 game.
But he scored like 40 plus.
That may be what I'm thinking of, is how many points did he score in that one game? He was a later pick. Boy, are you sure they didn't upset? He got more than one game. Come on.
No, he didn't.
It's such a great contest, though, because you're picking 10 guys.
They didn't, huh?
And it's how many points they score in the tournament.
Blah, blah, blah. Trae Young got 28.
And you say he lost in that game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Actually, I had it wrong. Rhode Island was a 7. Oklahoma was a 10. And then...
he only got one game in the tournament?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that Rhode Island coach...
Maybe
that is some success, some would say.
Maybe what I was thinking of is that he was a later pick, that people stayed away from him. And then whoever grabbed him in our pool, he became a problem.
There was was it Sindorius Thornwell, South Carolina?
Oh, yeah, he was another one.
Made a run to the Final Four, and he was picked in like round 9. Scored over 110 points.
All right, TLC, take us home, my man.
All right, some leftovers from In or Out. Are you in or out on tomorrow being the best day on the sports calendar?
Think about the options. So,
look who I'm talking to. They're going to say Sunday at the Masters.
Yeah.
Let's see. I can read your mind. I know my crowd.
Wasn't even
New
halfway
Year's
out.
Day, where you got 3 college football playoff games.
College football playoffs has destroyed itself.
Playoffs.
I'm going to go yes. I'm in on it being the best day.
It is the best day.
Especially with Ohio State playing on it.
But it's always on a weekday. And so we're in this business, and we get fortunate enough to be able to watch. I can't imagine this would be voted the best day for a lot of people. They actually would vote it maybe the worst day because it's such torture.
Take the day off.
Well, not everybody
What idiot's not taking tomorrow off?
The workforce doesn't come to a screeching halt because it's day 1 of March Madness.
It should.
Well, depends on what show you work on.
I actually considered, my kid is 9 years old. I honestly conconsidered saying, son, you stay home. You do not go to school on NCAA tournament.
Raise him right.
Yeah.
All right. Blow it off.
Yeah, I still may. Problem is, I'm throwing a party at the casino, so he can't come to that.
Do you look forward to this day more than Super Bowl Sunday?
Oh, by far.
Okay.
Not even close.
I do.
Right. Okay. Master Sunday is probably my number 1. This is a pretty close second.
Problem is, with Master Sunday, it depends on the leaderboard. This,
I guess
always
this also
delivers.
depends. Well, it depends on
who's playing.
I guess it depends on your bets, but you can say that for any sporting event at this point.
The saddest part of the March Madness is it's the big, just pull the rug out from under you, because we get so many games the first weekend, and then it's like, oh no, we're losing. They're going away.
The best day on your sports calendar might be whichever Sunday the parlay hits.
No question. No question. Now, the scary thing is, tomorrow could also be the most miserable day.
Yeah.
And we could be miserable at this point in the day tomorrow. Hopefully not. Kiss.
What is your level of hope for the Jackets to make the playoffs? 1 point out.
Really good. Yeah, really good. I'm
Game
probably
in hand
about
as well.
70%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels that way.
The betting odds love it, too. I was just looking at those. They're like minus 300.
Yeah, that's almost a hair high, but other teams have injuries. The teams they're chasing, they don't want to see the Jackets right now. They're honestly, I don't want to put even more pressure on them than they already probably have, but no, I'm pretty confident they'll swallow one of these teams up, whether it's third in the Metro or the second wild card or even more.
Look at that fat ass right there.
It is National Sloppy Joe Day. Are you in or out on Sloppy Joes?
Used to be. Not now.
Oh, I love Sloppy Joes. Yep, I'm all in on the Sloppy Joe.
All righty.
Maddie might think that.
Dumbass take.
There you go.
I disagree. I actually like him. Yeah. And were you in or out on Charles Barkley and Dick Vitale co-color commentating last night?
See, and I asked Dan Dakich a little bit about that, too. I was in. They went a little away from the basketball for a little too long, but overall, I enjoyed it.
Kind of knew where that was going. Haven't they done this before?
Yeah. They did it one other time.
Yeah, so they're quality, man. Those two of the most unique broadcasters in history.
And I guess I didn't learn my lesson because I don't know what's coming up on Common Man and Timmy.
That's okay. They are coming up next, and I guarantee that they're going to go through their brackets. It's a bracket Wednesday for sure. We'll talk to you on Friday. Enjoy. Hopefully, we'll all have something to talk about, especially maybe another game on Saturday. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. New special guests in everything Scarlet and Gray. The